one.
Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston
Hello, beautiful people. It is Feel Good Friday, December 30th. Happy New Year's Eve. This show starts now. Football is obviously off and running. Week 17 of the NFL season kicked off last night as the Dallas Cowboys don't cover, but they beat the Tennessee Titans. And obviously, CeeDee Lamb goes for over $100 and has one of the biggest games he's ever had as a Dallas Cowboy, but he can't find the pay dirt. And obviously, Josh Dobbs had the capability to be a starting quarterback all along. He was spinning it. He was flying. Micah Parsons wasn't able to get a sack on the guy, but the Titans are now 0-7 against teams with winning record. They have fired their general manager, and Vrabel maybe has lost his way down there. How will the Titans recover in a Week 18 matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars for an AFC South championship next week? A lot of people now calling into question whether or not Dak Prescott can win. Did you see how he played against the Titans? Titans stink. Remember, 31-20. Avery and McCreary. These young corners are going to get eaten alive. They did, but they stayed in the game. We love Thursday Night Football on Amazon this year. Congrats on the boys, Al, Kirk, Kaylee Hartung, Carissa, Fitz, Witt, Sherm, Tony Gonzalez on an incredible run this year. That was a blast. And speaking of incredible run, I am live in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I cannot see the program. There's just a couple blue TVs in front of me, so I don't know what you can see, how you can see. On my phone, it's a little blurry. I don't know if it's my phone or if it's the actual broadcast, but nonetheless, we are in one of the most beautiful stadiums in the National Football League because it is host to the Peach Bowl tomorrow evening as Georgia takes on Ohio State, and obviously the Fiesta Bowl. We got a lot of good shit happening. It's a glorious Feel Good Friday. I can't thank you all enough for watching. The boys are back in Indianapolis in the studio for the time being. They'll be hopping on a plane to come down here because we got business to take care of. At Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt are the founders and locals of the Toxic Table. And Ty, it's great to see you. Good luck this weekend to the Packers as they take on the Vikings in a must-win game. But Connor, I don't know if everybody knows this or not, at Boston Connor,
hell yeah,
we're going to be on College Game Day tomorrow.
How about it? Here we go, huh?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, no pop from the boys back there. Sounds like a little jealousy maybe. That's unbelievable. Connor is going to be on College Game Day tomorrow alongside Darius Butler. I believe Stanford Steve is going to be there. I'm going to be hosting a segment, to chit-chat about these megacasts we got popping off, both at the Fiesta Bowl with Taylor Lewan, AQ Shipley, RG3, Kublik, and then what we got popping off here, me, Darius, AJ, and Connor on some headsets. Ty will be there with a microphone. We got a lot of guests. I think LeBron is supposed to be here. I mean, we are in for it. And at Boston Connor, what a moment for you, pal. I'm incredibly proud of you. I'm excited for you and can't wait to dive into this Feel Good Friday here.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Actually, the last time I was inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium, if you do recall, it was Patriots-Rams. Patriots won the Super Bowl. So great memories down there at that place. And yeah, probably one of, if not the worst decision ESPN has ever made to give me a headset. But with that being said, we're going to have a great time. Looking forward to it in Georgia, Ohio State. Are you kidding me? What, two of the biggest programs in NCAA? Yeah, it's going to be incredible.
Well, to be clear, it was not ESPN's decision.
Okay, just
so
sure.
we all understand that.
Thank
just
God.
like Taylor, AQ, Cole, and RG3, we are to blame if that is terrible. We are to blame if I, Connor, AJ, or Darius say something on a microphone tomorrow while being able. These are going to be the number 4 and number 5 most watched football games of the year, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got the Super Bowl, then you got the championship games. And then I think the college football playoff, and I could hear me back in my ear. I don't know if that's how everybody's.
Yeah, it just changed while you were talking, and it became that. It was fine
Did
before.
we touch something audio-wise? I'm not sure.
Oh, you're back. Good.
And we're back good, okay. But it is 100% our fault. The fact that we're allowed to be a part of this, I think, is the most bananas part of it.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow, The entire college football season culminates in this, the college football playoff. This is massive. The amount of people that are here from ESPN side that have covered college football all year, just in the production room down there, absurd. I saw former Bachelor Jesse Palmer. That son of a bitch is more handsome in person somehow than he is on TV. Joey Galloway, Kevin Nagandi. You're talking about everybody from the college football world is kind of either going to be here or in Fiesta Bowl tomorrow, and we get a chance to cover it. We're very, very lucky, very, very thankful. Let's dive into the game that was last night. Cowboys don't cover. At Tone Diggs, what is the deal? How do these people know? How do they travel in time to set the spreads, and then we haven't caught on to it yet, Tone? What the hell is going on? How could they have known what was going to take place last night?
They get some right, they get some wrong. I'm not going to give them too much credit, okay? I don't like to do that. But I mean, 14 was the final number, right on the fucking dot. I mean, if Dak doesn't throw those 2 interceptions, if the Cowboys defense maybe gets to Dobbs a little bit more. I mean, like we said yesterday, this was going to be the Cowboys' fault if they didn't cover. And it turned out being the Cowboys' fault that they didn't cover, and primarily Dak's for throwing the interception at the end of the half. The other one I don't put on him because it's kind of...
Well, one was a Myers play. One was a deflection.
Correct.
That's what Mike McCarthy said. He didn't call it a rash because, concerned reporter who's obviously concerned for the team and not just trying to draw a reaction.
No, of course not.
Because that's not what journalism is.
Not at all. Anymore. Genuine caring.
Journalism is good for the story. That's all these journalists are trying to do, just like what has happened over the last couple of weeks. And I think it was a fair question talking about Dak's recent string of just wanting to give the ball to the other team. Mm-hmm. He has the same amount of picks as Derek Carr, I think. Is that right? Derek Carr got kicked out of the building.
Yes. That's right.
Yes.
He played way less snaps, too, because he missed those games.
Yeah, since I forget what week it was. But, yeah, Dak's turnover percentage per throw is higher than I think anybody's had that has been successful in a long, long time. Mm-hmm. What is the deal? Is it Kellen Moore's offense is too difficult? Is Big Mike McCarthy putting too much on Dak's plate when he already has adversity on the plate because it's for lunch and for dinner?
Right.
What is the deal, and why is Dak doing this? This is what bad quarterbacks do. Now, I do not believe Dak is a bad quarterback. That's why I'm so flabbergasted by all these stats that are coming out about him turning the ball over. I think he's a great quarterback. I think whenever people are talking about Cooper Cush, no mid.
Nuh-uh.
Only Cush.
No.
That's right.
Fire Cush. Red Cush. Cooper Cush was doing his thing, and they were just running the ball. And they said, well, we want to keep Coop because when Dak comes in, they throw the ball too much. And it's a different offense, and it's not a good offense. This offense with Cooper Cush is better than it's ever been. So then Cooper Cush gets hurt, and obviously Dak is magically cleared to play same exact day, which science works in funny ways, I guess, alongside coincidence high. Mm-hmm. But him giving the ball to the other team, and we talk about it a lot on this particular program because the ball is the program, I didn't think that was a Dak thing. I didn't think Dak was this type of quarterback. I see why people were asking questions, and now he's got what? Connor, a hyperextended knee or something like that? And they say they'll be day-to-day. They'll check it. What is going on with Dak?
Yeah, he came up hobbling on the sideline pretty early, I believe, in the game, and then they said he was all right on the sideline, good to go when he went back in. But it really doesn't make any sense, and I'm not sure if you saw the graphic that came up, but yeah, his percentage of interceptions to attempt rate is higher than Davis Mills, Zach Wilson, Derek Carr, and Mariota. Like, I don't know what the deal is because it's hard to say they're putting too much on his plate when, Cooper Cush comes in, and he's just spinning
but Cooper wasn't throwing the rock.
Yeah.
Cooper wasn't throwing the rock as much.
Yeah, so
right?
in the whole thought, too, that we had was if Dak sat back and watched Cooper Cush use the offense, then maybe he would be able to attack it the same way. But maybe it is just a play calling. Like, okay, we have Dak Prescott. We've given him $170 million. Like, let's throw the ball, prove it. And also, they didn't have Tony Pollard last night, but they gave Malik Davis 15 carries, too. So it is kind of wild. I mean, that one play by Byard was unbelievable. Like, he just made a great read and made the interception right before the half.
And that's going to happen in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly. All-pro safety, Pro Bowl guy. Like, it's not like Byard.
Aaron's got, what, 6 picks or something this year? 7 picks. Most he's ever had since his rookie year.
11, yeah. Yep.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so he's not doing great. But I think to Connor's point, too, with Dak, like, it seems like, the Cowboys, when they're really rolling, they're running the ball, and, like, the sweet spot for him is throwing 25 to 30 times. And for whatever reason, over the really since Dak's the first 2 weeks, they were kind of still in the Pollard, Zeke, two-headed attack. Let's give these guys each 15 to 20 touches. But over the last however many games, like Dak's throwing it 40 to 50 times a game. And I think just the idea, like we talked about it, and it's okay right now, but you get into the playoffs and you play a really good team and he throws, 2 or 3 interceptions or like last night has 2 interceptions and a fumble, like against really good teams, like that shit is going to bite you in the ass. Yeah.
I don't want to grandstand, okay, but I will stand up on his seat.
Hell yeah.
Just because I feel like this is a conversation that is worthy of a little bit of attention. And it's what we were saying about Carson Wentz.
Uh-huh.
And then obviously Matt Ryan comes in and Carson Wentz harder than Carson Wentz ever could think about being. The ball is the program. No matter what. And there's a lot of quarterbacks that get unlucky, and there'll be a deflection. And those interceptions, I think, are completely acceptable. But with the ball being turned over by the quarterback at an alarming rate, whether it's the football gods with the deflections, or it's a little bit late, or it's missing, or it's behind, or it's a bad read, things like that, those are not teams that go on to win Super Bowls. Like, that's just not how it goes. You keep the ball. Every possession is so vital in the NFL. And I think this year is proving that a lot more than maybe in the years past. Back in the day, and by that I mean like 1 year ago, 2 years ago, points were being scored at such an alarming rate. 17-point comebacks were just like an every weekend thing.
Fast.
Now with points being at a premium, lowest it's been in 5 years this season, giving up possessions, you can't do it. So I think Dak I think he will be able to because I think he's a good quarterback. I think he'll stop that. They beat the Eagles already, who are number 1 in the NFC. I think they should hang their hats on that. But if the ball, for whatever reason, continues to go the other way, that does not bode well for a long run for the Dallas Cowboys. And then we're in the whole, is Mike McCarthy going to be the coach of the Cowboys next year all offseason, even though they seemingly have had a great season already. And last night they get a win, and it's still burying the Cowboys almost because they didn't win by enough. Let's go to the other side there. Titans are playing for the AFC South next week. And Herbie and Al talked about this a lot. They were talking about, like, is this to see who will play next week in the most meaningful game, Malik or Dobbs? Or what is this? And it sounded like the way Herbie was talking. And I haven't asked Herbie directly because he's been in meetings with all of the coaches all morning. Didn't get to see him this morning.
Herbie.
Come on.
I know. Every Friday I got to see him fresh off a Thursday night football game. We normally have like a 20, 30-minute chance to like chat about what his experience was his first year in the NFL, what his experience was, what the building was like, what he thought the game was like. It was always good. I missed him. So I didn't get a chance to really chat with him about last night. I will today, hopefully, as the day goes on. But like the Titans can get into the playoffs still, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Home playoff game.
Taylor Lewan is sitting on that wheelchair with a rag around his knee in perfect posture on the side of that photo. They can still make it into the playoffs. Like, I think we have to understand that although it is ugly right now for the Titans, and last night we didn't know anybody that was on the field, and Josh Dobbs playing 8 days after he gets there, and Josh Dobbs making his first career start in like 6 years in the NFL. There's so many storylines, and they fired their GM, and there's a lot of conversation about the Titans like kind of imploding, and who knows what the future is going to look like. They can still make the fucking playoffs. Do you think Josh Dobbs can win a game? I think he can.
Absolutely. Yeah. At home too. Like in that he played pretty damn well. Like I feel like the takeaway obviously is like can the Cowboys, do something in the playoffs, but also is, Josh Dobbs actually pretty good, played well without, the focal point of their offense in Derrick Henry. And, the defense also played pretty good. If it wasn't for those turnovers on top of, not really having that many opportunities on the plus side of the field, like to me, at least, home playoff game in Tennessee. Who knows what the weather might be, too. Like, with Derrick Henry, they could definitely make a little noise in the playoffs.
I think so. I honestly believe so. And how about Chuck pointing out that dog Edwards on the defensive side of the ball?
Wow.
Hey, this guy's going to be hungry. He's not happy. He's not hurt. He's not playing. He's got a chip on his shoulder. It's like, what's Chuck saying here?
Yeah.
Chuck's saying this guy's pissed off about the way and now he's going to go show up. And he did. And Vrabel running Dahn whenever Burks made that catch. Did you see that angle?
Oh, yeah. On the sideline?
Yeah, Gumpy put it up on the Instagram. Him sprinting, being that invested like this, bunch of guys he doesn't know. Just such an Ohio fuck. That guy.
Loves the game.
Just loves football. I'm sure he's sick of all the bullshit, too. This is the last 2 years now where they've had the most amount of guys on the roster. Last year, they were able to remain the number 1 seed in the AFC going into the playoffs, mostly because the quarterback and running back remained healthy. But they had a lot of players that we didn't know playing for them, and they were winning. And I think that's a great sign of a good coach. But last night, we didn't know much, and they were in that.
Oh, yeah.
They were in that. How about T.Y. Hilton last night, boys?
Unbelievable. All the way back.
What do you have? 4 catches, 50-some yards. 3rd and 10 is the big one, everybody, because he does a little slant underneath, breaks a tackle, gets a first down, runs out of bounds, doesn't take a big hit, which is also one of the things that T.Y., who is undersized, at least at the time whenever he got drafted, people think about him. Now there's Devontae Smith and many others that have had great success. Jamar Chase, I don't know how tall he is. He's a dog, obviously. But it used to be like if a guy isn't 6'3", 6'4", 205, 195, they're not going to be able to handle being a deep threat. They're not going to be able to handle being a wide receiver in the NFL because the old NFL, you remember, there was a bunch of Ohio fucks like A.J. Hawk running around, headhunting everybody.
Hell yeah.
And they were trying to big shots. So when T.Y. gets drafted to the Indianapolis Colts, and I think there was an incredible story that took place in draft room whenever they decided to pull the trigger on him because Andrew Luck went first. Then I think it was Vic Ballard maybe, or Dwayne Allen, then Kobe Fleener, then T.Y. Hilton, whatever. It was in that area.
Yeah.
As soon as T.Y. and Andrew Luck hooked up, it was amazing. And all anybody asked questions about, like, is this guy going to be able to survive in the NFL? Is this guy going to be able to survive in the NFL? Makes big plays, goes up on over top of people, grabs them. Yeah, he's making those plays, but will he be able to survive? And then you start watching one particular trait that he has. He avoids big hits. He avoids big hits.
Huge.
And that's a talent, I think. And that's a reason why he can get dropped into a team week 16. Week 16 being perceived as retired, I think, by all Colts fans. You know, the city that was able to watch him and love him and had him as a banner and a poster on the side of the fucking stadium because of how great he was in Indy.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody outside of Indy really talked about him. I feel like we tried to talk about him as much as we possibly could, but he was under the radar, T.Y. Hilton. So whenever Colts fans see him get dropped into a game week 16, 3rd and 30, obviously massive against the Eagles, that play is going to be won if the Cowboys go on a run. I don't know how it's possible if you keep giving the ball over as much as you are, whether it's bad decisions or the football gods. But him being able to just get dropped in game shape, make that catch, made a lot of people go like, did everybody know that he was training like to still be in the NFL? And how did it take this long for a team to sign him? And then boom, the next week he gets a week under his belt with Dak. And he's like, hey, I can do this for you. I can do this for you. I'll be here. You need me at 12 yards. I'll be at 12 yards. You want me to come underneath at like 8 yards? Trust me, I'll be able to get the first down. It's like them adding him, I think, is a massive weapon for them, both in the locker room, in the meeting room, and on the field. And I don't know how it's every time I see him succeed, I'm pumped for him because I fucking love him. But then every time I see him succeed, I'm like, why was he a Colt?
Yeah.
How? What do you even have? We had the 5th highest odds to be the AFC champions going into the season. Is that team not good? Did we not think he was good? What do we disrespect him? That's what I can't help but think every time I see him fucking ball. And last night was one of those nights for sure.
Well, when you mentioned it, like everyone knows he's a deep threat, but going into the playoffs, I feel like he could definitely be that like kind of Randall Cobb type where it's like, hey, veteran, he might not have 10, 12 catches a game, but he's going to catch 3 balls. They're all going to be for first downs. They're all going to be in crucial moments. Just having a veteran guy like that, like you mentioned, like everyone just thought he was done. I mean, you can list probably 10, 15 teams who would have killed to have him on the roster at this point in the season.
Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Packers. I mean, shit, the Chiefs, like they definitely take him.
Niners.
Yeah, Colts, Niners,
Ravens,
Eagles, Bengals.
Remember, he got close to the Ravens last year. Remember, he came on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He signed back with the Colts. And I think it was you, Connor, or Ty maybe. I forget who it was exactly. That was like, no, you can tell us. Because he was like, I'm not going to get into where I almost signed. When I put those eyes up, he said, I was gone. I was gone. I was going to sign because I didn't think it worked. Then Jim Irsay called me, got the deal done. I'm back. I'm very happy to be back. And I think we're like, where are we going to sign with? He goes, there's a couple teams. I don't need to get into that. And then somebody pressed him. And he was like, yeah, Baltimore. Baltimore was one of them. So they had already had a relationship. They need weapons bad. They signed Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson, hell of a football player. I think the world, because he's on Dallas now, in 3 weeks, is going to learn more about T.Y. than when for 8 years he was with the fucking Indianapolis Colts, I think, personally.
Feels like too he might be like the Odell edition of this season compared to the Rams with last year. And granted, they are a 5 seed and they'll probably have to play an away game with the Eagles being so far ahead. But if the Cowboys go on a run, and like Ty said, if Ty makes 2 or 3 massive third down catches, then everyone's going to look at that as the addition that kind of changed the Cowboys team. But also, this is the same thing we do every year with the Cowboys, and because of the turnovers and because of the fact they're not playing at home. It doesn't feel like they're ever going to do something as, as big as they think they are every single year. So I still think at some point something's going to go wrong for Dallas and they're going to underperform. And maybe it's a massive, interception or a fumble or something. But it just always happens to Dallas in the most heartbreaking way.
Didn't we think that was last night as we were watching that game unfold?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hey, by the way, boys, big deal.
What do we got?
I can see you.
Oh, there we go.
Computer.
Lenovo, look out.
I can see you guys.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's like a half-second delay, but a hero down here making magic happen. I can't thank these guys enough. So I can see you a little bit delayed. Show looks great. Boys, you look fantastic. T.Y., big deal. Lamb, what a dog. Let's talk about some other teams, shall we? Congrats to the Cowboys getting a win.
Yeah.
Honestly, two-score win.
Yeah.
People, they're getting buried right now.
Yeah. Wild.
It's the NFL. Everybody's getting paid, but hell of a win, Week 17. And obviously for the Titans, good luck next week. It's a big one.
Huge.
Yeah.
First losing season since 2015 for the Tennessee Titans. I saw that
Pretty good.
after last night's game. They can still get in the playoffs, having to take on a red-hot Jags. How are they going to – Tone, what's the line saying about how they're going to handle this weekend against the Texans?
The Jaguars,
Yeah.
they're -4, which against the Texans, which I think is a little short. Kind of, I thought it maybe should be like 6.5, 7 point range. But I mean, Doug Peterson came out and said there are no fucking games unless you're hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Doug Peterson came out.
We
and
have
said,
that video, I think.
there are no games where guys are going to sit out if they're healthy or anything like that, or it's a game that doesn't matter. He said if you're in the NFL, this game matters.
This is what Doug Peterson said whenever he was asked, and I can't believe I forgot about that. You're right. Doug Peterson proves why everybody fucking loves him yet again in a press conference when he's asked about resting players.
It's never a meaningless game. Never, ever, ever, ever. You play to win every game, and the only way I rest players is if they're hurt and can't go.
He was like, rest players, what does that do to chemistry? What does that do
What are we doing?
for the momentum that we've been building for the last 9 weeks? What does that do for the reps, the valuable reps that these boys can get together in live action? You remember, we're talking about preseason games as if they matter because it's live actions. It's not. We all know it's not. Preseason becoming a joke. But Week 17, we're just getting hot. It's my first year being a coach here. There's no such thing as a day off.
Oh,
Everything matters. Every walkthrough matters. Every meeting matters.
What?
And I love that mindset. I fucking love that mindset.
Pat.
I just found out. Yeah, bud.
What about putting Nate Sudfeld in, though?
That wasn't.
That's a great question.
That wasn't Doug's call.
That's he was sabotaging there, right? Wasn't he? That was a little self-sabotage.
That came from up top. But you said the year that
Do you think? Hold on, let's talk about that moment. You think that Howie wanted that to happen over Jalen? Like, what do you think was going on? I think that was Doug maybe like, all right, fuck everybody. That's what we want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put Nate Sudfeld in here. Do you think that's what it was? Is that the overall consensus or no?
Trying to get out of there, maybe. Like it seemed as though the well had kind of run a little dry in Philadelphia for Doug. You probably saw the writing on the wall, saw Carson Wentz. Okay, you're definitely out of here. Saw Jalen, you're the future, and then probably asked himself, do I want to coach Jalen or do I want to take a year off maybe and then go somewhere else where I can pick it? And then said, yep, that's the answer. Sudfeld, you're going to be selling real estate in a couple years. Get your ass in that game and fire that pig.
I thought that's a great breakdown, and I can see that being the case. I thought Doug and like the front office and ownership started hating each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I assume the Jalen Hurts pick was not something that he was necessarily on board with. I'd assume. So then, whenever he's being forced to play Jalen in his eyes, which hindsight,
Yeah.
put him in immediately.
Right.
Yes.
Probably should have.
Put him in immediately. Doug, though, just won a Super Bowl with the team. So they're not in rebuild mode. So I thought that's why it happened. But I think Doug is probably regretting the fact that he didn't invest fully in Jalen at the time, and he couldn't. You're being a human, being a former quarterback with what Carson was going through, what Nick Foles went through, what the team was going through, everything like that. They just blew that thing up completely. Whatever the case, Doug Peterson got the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl for the first time in 50 years, and it seems like what he's doing in Jacksonville, first time, a long time. Excited to see what happens next week. Let's bounce around the league a little bit. Denver Broncos quarterback, embattled quarterback,
Yep.
Mr.
Unlimited.
Russell Wilson has been limited with positive press this year. It has been an overdose of negativity on Mr. Unlimited's limited abilities to play football this year and limited abilities to not be corny in the press conferences. And once again, we will hammer home the fact that if he was winning, none of this matters.
Correct.
He was corny in press conferences before in some people's mind, not everybody's mind, obviously, but in some people's minds, things he was saying sounded like a movie book character. Sounded a little bit too cliche. How can every word that comes out of your mouth be a cliche? And we'd experienced this once before, hadn't we? Whenever we met Tim Tebow.
Oh, yeah.
We wanted to judge Tim Tebow hard. I went to college same time as Tim Tebow. I said, hey, Tim Tebow has to be the worst person on earth. Look at this fugazi that they're trotting out on ESPN every single day. Pat White, it's my dude. Mm-hmm. Pat White's a real human. Pat White was told he should be a wide receiver. Pat White went to West Virginia because that was the only school that said, hey, let's be quarterbacks. He didn't even start, had to get in for an injury. Then he takes over fucking college football. I was wondering why Tim Tebow kept getting all the TV time when we had a guy that would have been a great story, who was electrifying, who was a draw. Ratings were higher than they had ever been before for ESPN games whenever Pat was playing in them.
A lot of prime time.
So I automatically started hating Tim Tebow. This guy's too fake. Can't be like this. And my friend isn't getting the love. This guy's getting all the fucking love. I don't like this guy. Was always respectful. Didn't like the guy. One afternoon in this city, Atlanta.
That's right, at ATL.
At the Top Golf, right down the street here.
Yep.
We get a chance to witness old Tebow in full operation, behind the scenes, candidly, and on camera. If he's fake, he's playing a character every single moment of his life. And for that particular day, it would have had to been like 6 hours straight, meeting hundreds of people, kind of alone time with his people, how they were acting, how they were mingling, when it was just like a Tebow crew meeting, the way it was being handled. That dude was one of one. He was an alien. This guy's legit. I felt bad for judging him from afar, assuming he couldn't be that good of a human when he was.
Yeah, first class.
Right, Ty?
Oh,
You
yeah.
have the same exact feeling?
Oh, yeah, bar none. And then you sit down with him for, I mean, like you said, if he's acting, he is the greatest actor of all time. You know, step aside Bob De Niro, all those guys. But, yeah, after 20 minutes, it's like, oh, no, he's for real. Like, he's for real. Like you mentioned, whether it's on camera, talking to him in private, he's the same guy everywhere.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. We thought we were watching a miracle, like on the 8th day. Like everything they had said about Tim Tebow was like almost in front of us happening. So that was a learning. Everybody on earth, the way you mature is you go through shit. You know, you go through chapters, you go through situations, you learn, you adjust, you mature, you change. You're supposed to. Tim Tebow changed me. Tim Tebow taught me that, like, hey, if somebody seems like they're just a good fucking human, and just because you're maybe kind of nowhere near that and a piece of shit, you should not just automatically be like, that can't be real. That can't be real. That's got to be fake. So he changed me. So Russ Wilson comes into the NFL. He's the NFL's version, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Of the college Tim Tebow.
To a T.
Russ Wilson never won an MVP. Everybody's saying this guy needs to do it. He does an interview. He's mic'd up. He's saying movie script lines. Movie script lines are coming out of his mouth. Mic'd up. Hey, here we go. Clear eyes, full hearts, boys. Okay.
Here we go,
all right,
boys.
let's give it
Here we
all
go
we
now,
got.
boys.
All of our might. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And I watched that. And that was on an actual NFL sideline. And I've been on a couple of those. You know, punter, you do get to do that. It's absurd that I get to do that, but I did get to do that. And I was like, that is not how humans act on sidelines. But if that is how he acts, that's amazing. I'm happy that that exists. I'm happy that the cliche motivator, full-time ha-ha guy exists. So I did not hate Russell Wilson. I just assumed he was an anomaly, an angel sent from the heavens above. Not only football gods, but actual God, whichever one you believe in. This dude seems to be the perfect fucking thing.
Yep.
So all of his corny shit, all the winning, everything just kind of went together, and we're like, that's Russell Wilson, baby. Mm-hmm. That's Russell Wilson, baby.
Let him cook.
Then he comes to Denver and has a historically terrible year, and everything now gets called into question. And his corny lines that were maybe motivating and inspiring to wins earlier are now just corny, out of touch, and hated by his teammates. That's what the world did for Russell Wilson this year. I assume he's excited for the new year because he's going to hopefully get back to the Superman Russell Wilson that we had known for a long time, not just the corny, out of touch, this guy's entitled diva, everything that's being said about him now.
Loud.
Massive night for the Team 3 camp.
Yeah.
Massive night on the internet last
A
night.
little too massive.
The world seemingly had turned on Russell Oh, his teammates said, we got his back. Connor, will you please read through these tweets about Russell Wilson and make sure Ty Schmidt hears them as well?
Okay.
These are from his teammates, people that are with him every single day. Currently, this is what they had to say about Russell Wilson in some people are saying coordinated, but I would just say a group effort
Sure.
of getting Russell Wilson's back. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, this one comes from Garrett Bowles, offensive lineman for the Broncos, and the tag in the tweet says Broncos country. And then it's a screenshot of a note section, and it says, this has been
That's
an
right.
incredibly difficult season personally, and even more difficult watching my brother, Russ, get beaten down with the hurtful attacks and lies. Russ pours his heart and soul into this game. Most of all, he pours his heart and soul into our team. He is one of the greatest competitors and teammates I've ever been around. We have his back and know he wants nothing more than to win, all caps.
Hell yeah.
That is our quarterback and brother. We'll learn from this adversity and be better for it together. Bronco country. He doesn't say Broncos
That's right.
country, but Bronco country. Trust
That's right.
that Russ and everyone on this team, including Team 3, I believe, will do everything we can to get this right. No, just the Broncos?
Yeah, these guys, I think, are all representing just the Broncos.
Okay, so everyone on this team, strictly Denver Broncos, will do everything we can to get this right for you. You deserve it. Better days ahead, and we love you guys.
That's from offensive lineman Garrett Bowles.
Sure.
Just wait. There is more. Ty, are you reading this?
Yeah, I see it. This one's from
Ty.
Kate. Yeah?
Ty.
Yeah.
A lot of time to type that up in the notes section. Got on night mode, too, because he didn't want to hurt his eyes. He knew he was going to go in there for a long time. He wrote that entire thing out. He loves his teammate. Ty, go ahead, read that next one, Pop.
Yeah, this one's from KJ Hamler, and he's responding to a Barstool Sports article that says, Russell Wilson had his own private office and parking spaces, et cetera, et cetera. KJ Hamler said, 3 goes above and beyond to do whatever it takes to win for the team. Y'all not about to bash him and act like he still ain't that same Russ who won a Super Bowl and was a 9-time Pro Bowler. I stand behind my QB, heart emoji, fingers crossed emoji. Love you, 3.
Love you, 3. Thank you, 3.
Thank you, 3.
Huh?
Yeah, I see
pretty
it.
pumped up. Hey, we got to take that into account. That's real, because we talked about this yesterday. That's 2 guys, and there is more. And I think we should address them all because this is a big deal because a lot of people have questioned whether or not his teammates care. We have questioned. We have said, hey, his teammates have had to heard all the things that are being said about him.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who can literally come out and talk about it. But then that's the old adage. And Aaron Rodgers taught us this because he's obviously lived in a much different world than we ever have when it comes to spotlight. He says kill him with indifference? Was that what it was, Ty?
Yeah. Kill him with indifference.
That was how he addressed every story that came out about him. Every narrative that came out about him. He never addressed any of them. So every one of them, in some people's eyes, was true. And in his eyes, he was like, I'm killing him with... I can't address everything that's said about me, so I'm not going to start.
Yeah.
And I think we took the time down to Bahamas. Ty was blacked out pretty heavily the first time we had a conversation.
Yeah, one of the days, for sure. Maybe both. I don't know.
Ty, they attacked you with that whiskey, though, didn't they?
Yeah, what are you going to do? It's bottomless. I mean, what, am I going to leave drops down there? I don't think so.
Playing cards with Shazier? I mean, come on.
Well, then also, in the Bahamas, there was a rain delay, 6-7 hours.
What were we supposed to do?
We could only be in the 19th hole.
That's right.
It was never ending. It was free. There was music, and we couldn't go anywhere else.
What do you want me to do?
What are we supposed to do?
What do you want me to do? My nerves are, meeting my childhood hero, Aaron Rodgers. I got fucking Scottie Pippen.
Well, and?
But, yeah, Brett Favre. Yeah, staring at Brett Favre's forearms.
Because he was...
That's right.
Yeah, he was, both picking money out of wallets and holding heads down under the dirt and underwater. Makes sense now. We should have known.
And there is an article.
The vascularity on that arm. He was hitting... What did he hit his 7-iron? 220 or 230?
Jeez. Oh, yeah. First hole, I think it was a 460 yard par 4. He piped his driver about 375, and it was just like, okay, Favre ain't fucking around. And he didn't have time for much glad handing. He was there to fucking play golf and get boozed up. Yeah,
he was the Simpsons gif.
Yeah, the old man.
And then just right back out.
Yep.
Every event. But when we had sat down there and talked to him, and it was really cool. We were invited by him. I'd never met him in real life, though. I'd only known him on Twitter. He was one of the first people that followed me in my Twitter voyage. That when he followed me, I was like, oh, shit, Aaron Rodgers follows me on Twitter. And I'd gained a little traction on the internet, so I appreciated that a lot. It was a good time. But that was my first time meeting him in person. We had a lot of time because there was a lot of delays and everything like that. And he told us he kills him with indifference. And I'm like, man, I think you should, like, some of them, I think, I don't want to sound like somebody that is like looking out for you because you're much smarter than I am and everything like that. But there's some things I think like people should know about you. Like, I don't think you being like the biggest entitled prima donna standoff smug prick of all time is good.
Right.
Well, but with every story that has come out that has never been refuted by you, because you're like, why would I do that? These people are making up stories. I don't agree. Why do I have to go out of my day? That's not how I want to live my life. I don't want to have to just answer about things that aren't real all the time. And I could see where that's coming from. You know what I mean? Like when he explained it, I understood it. Now we were a little boozed up when the conversation was happening. He was not, though. I think he was ready to go put on a show on that green. Like, he's a golfer. He is a
good one.
He's a golfer. So that's almost how like Aaron Rodgers Tuesday came into existence. Like that was the beginning of it. So I'd assume a lot of people in Russell Wilson's camp have been telling him the same thing for a long time. Like, once you address this, and you're gonna have to address this, and you're gonna have to address this, and now they got you. You're like a yo-yo. Anytime they want you, all they gotta do is just make up something fake, and then here you come out. That's not real. Here's my side of the story. I'm a human too. There's obviously two sides to every story, even if you're a megastar. Boom, boom, boom. You can see how that could potentially be the case. Yes. Okay, thank you. I'm going to disappear. And then they'll make up something else. And then boom, you got to come back out and explain. So some guys at that level, I think, superstardom, don't want to deal with that. They don't want to fucking have to answer everything because they don't want to be like, a toy, like a puppet.
Yeah.
Like that's not what they want to do.
Play.
But I think Russell Wilson's teammate speaking about him today or over the last 24 hours is a big deal. And like, I think Russell should think about addressing some of the things, and do it in his own way. Doesn't have to do it in an uncomfortable or awkward way. Like, I think that's a good way of leadership too. Like, just, I say these things, I do these things, I try these things. Like, and I don't want to say explain himself, but I think it'd make everybody's life a lot easier if he did.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure. And like, this definitely helps the case, at least for me, because I said just yesterday, like, this guy sucks. Whatever he's doing with the Nathaniel Hackett press conference, that's bullshit. All that stuff. And the big thing was, hey, we haven't heard from, the team of the other guys. And finally, yesterday, we hear from like 8 of them. But isn't that a little weird that, all these guys, just a little, because it doesn't happen once all year, right? This entire year, all we're saying is, why haven't we heard from anybody on the, Broncos? And also, why haven't we heard from anybody who played with, him in Seattle? Because all the other Seattle guys from his past were also burying him. Sherman, and I think it was someone else.
But let's be fair, though.
Yes.
When he was at Seattle, he was winning. So
Sure.
True.
Yeah, so a little different.
People are asking.
They were winning.
People were asking how much Team 3 had to pay those guys and send those tweets to them to put out.
Yeah, I saw some people say Garrett Bowles didn't type that in his note section, that the speech doctor for Team 3 typed it and then sent it to him and then just had Garrett Bowles say,
so that's an NIL deal.
Hey, that's just what people were
kinda
saying.
Three.
It's a smart move by Team 3.
Yeah, I love Jerry Jeudy. I believe everything he does, but I'm just saying it's weird that 8 guys in the same day after nobody said anything.
Tone,
all
will you
year.
please read Jerry Judy's tweets just so we can kind of put a bow in this whole thing?
I will. That's far. Okay.
Here it is.
This is from Jerry Jeudy. I ain't gonna keep
Dog.
I ain't gonna keep looking at these false statements about my boy Russ, man. As a teammate who sees the elite work ethic, this man has is incomparable. He got an office because he's committed his life to this game. Oh, so he does have an office. I never had a teammate who motivated me more than Russ. 100 emoji.
100.
100.
That's 100% true.
That means, say it again. You know what I mean? That's what that means. 100.
Yeah, run it back, maybe even 100 times.
Oh, like every time you read this, it'll be true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Times 100.
100 out of 100 times.
Boom. There it is.
This is the truth. So what if people start putting like 92?
Then
be
that's
sweet.
bad. That's not good.
Pretty
then.
solid though.
It's
Yeah.
good percentage.
92.
It's good percentage.
You can win with 92.
Ain't
Yeah.
100.
What was that? I forget.
Best free throw percentage in the league.
Was it Cat? Kevin Hart? I forget.
Mm,
Well, I forget the comedian talking about a guy being 98% good in a relationship.
oh,
And then that 2%, 98% pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. And then that 2% ruins the whole thing. It is, I think we should start maybe putting numbers at the end of every tweet
Okay.
on how often we believe it. Like whenever I did that Swiss cheese thing, take
Sure.
on Christmas about how its performance on the shark board moved it up to number 1 in my cheese leaderboard.
Yeah. Power.
I should have put like 91 because the other night I had some pepper jack. That was
looks like it could have been Cat.
Cat.
Could have been Cat. Yeah, look, Google search. I can't listen to the video, but Cat popped up first.
Hey, he had a run.
Oh,
Yeah, he
did he
did,
ever?
Bro,
Damn shame.
you youngs will never understand the run that Cat Williams went on, dude.
Unbelievable.
Dane Cook. Was it Dane Cook, then Cat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
BK.
Dane
Lounge.
Cook had like the entire business pushing him, basically. And good reason. I mean, gotta have coops, dude. Gotta have coops.
Employee of the month.
So like it was good. And then I feel like Cat just took over. Like Cat just wrecked everything, I think, there for a while.
Pimp
He was getting
Chronicles.
quoted.
It's pimping.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a movie. He just released one, I think.
Stand-up special?
Let's get back to football. Let's get back, I think so.
Okay.
Get back to football. How about this place, dude?
Yeah,
All right,
well-
so the Russell Wilson stuff, we're done with, right? We
Yeah.
trust Russell. We like Russell?
Yeah, I think to your point, though, just to wrap it up, I think he does need to come out and kind of like have some sort of interview, just address it outside of it. Because I think there is still that hint of like, at the end of the day, Russell, you can say all this kind of stuff, but he does still care more about himself than anything else. I think if he sat down with someone and actually had like kind of a heart to heart and like kind of dropped the shtick for a little bit, I think that would go a long way with a lot of people.
Are we the ones?
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Russ Wilson Wednesday. And if it's not us, like maybe
You can only do one. though.
Braun on the shop. Like maybe get him in the shop and see if they can crack the armor a little bit.
I think if they can get him on the bus, they should do that too.
Sure.
I
Absolutely.
think Will and Taylor would do a good job.
Just to see if the, like.
He wasn't bad on the Manning cast.
No, he
No,
wasn't.
he wasn't. He was good. Made me like
It
it.
has to be with, I think it legitimately has to be with like.
Someone he respects for sure.
No, and also somebody that knows.
Yeah.
Like, hey, people are saying this about you. Like,
Not only that, but like how I feel like I was very fortunate to be in an NFL locker room for as long as I was, but I also took a lot of pride in being in an NFL locker. Like I took a lot of pride in getting to know people from offense, defense, everybody from D linemen to you fucking name it. I was friends with pretty much somebody very tight in every single position, pretty much.
Sure.
Like I enjoy that type of thing. Like I feel like there's people that know like how a locker room normally is, or like what is like Will and Taylor. I think would do a great job because Will might be one of the best glue guys in the history of the NFL. Like with the way you see the way he's treated by people, so he'd be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
I think in the middle of it and ask some questions like to make Russ. It would be all to help Russ.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
To like keep Russ out of like the bullshit, you know, like I think that's what people want to see this offseason. Like, hey, you're getting into like that movie character right now. Why? And if that's what you are, like, let's like that right there. That was a quote that has been said 10,000 times, but you're just putting your own little twist on it. Why is that? Do you feel like that is like your whole life motto? Like, you know what I mean? That type of stuff.
All he really has
That
to
can-
do is tweet one time, like, fuck everybody, I'll be back next year. And we'll be like, oh, that was real. That wasn't like
Oh, human.
That
Yeah.
wasn't a PR
Joining us-
statement.
Joining us now is a man that maybe should be the one
Yeah.
that has the sit down. Joining us now is a man who is in a Sprinter van while I'm sitting in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and Diggs had a Mercedes-Benz hoodie on yesterday. We are becoming a Benzo operation. This man is a college football national champion. His college will actually be playing here tomorrow evening in the Peach Bowl against the reigning, defending, and undisputed national champion Georgia Bulldogs. Buckeye through and through, a Super Bowl champion, all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, AJ Hawk.
AJ! Oh!
You got
Hello,
me?
AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the Sal Capaccio mic, but it's not connecting, so you got to use my
no.
iPhone mic right now. Sorry about that, fellas.
Man, hey, you know what happened? We built the whole Thunderdome, and I had to do, what was it, Get Up, Zito? I had to do Get Up, I think.
Yeah, on your
And
phone.
couldn't do it through the studio cameras. Had to do it on an iPhone. Looked better than anything we've ever produced out of our studio. So you're going to do great. We can't thank you enough for joining us, AJ. How's the trip? Are you excited? Huh? Ohio State pulling off the upset tomorrow night, AJ, with you boots on the ground tomorrow for the MegaCast. How are we feeling over there?
I am excited. I think I was talking to General Bob last night, actually. He was down there for media days. He came right back. I told him, I was just pumped to watch the game on the field, being up close and personal, and let alone be a part of the broadcast with you. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. Bobby was obviously at the media days. It'll be myself, Darius J. Butler, and Jeremy, and Boston Connor on the sidelines. Ty, I can't wait to see how we figure out that situation.
Yeah, should be interesting.
Very excited. Ty doesn't have a headset, so we're going to try to Zito production that thing. Have him call in the studio with AirPods so he can hear with a handheld mic. So this is what we were allowed to do. We're allowed to have 4 headsets. You got 2 open microphones, and you have access to anything. Okay? We'd like you in groups of 2, so it's easiest for cameras because we have 2 cameras. 1 for each would be great. That'd be fantastic. So now we got to game this thing. We weren't sure if Ty was going to be able to make it because of baby Ty. Ty is able to make it. Okay, now what do? We get him on a phone call. We have him on a handheld. We got what now? 5 headsets. Ain't that right, Zito? Did we just do the math?
Hell yeah.
It's called synergy, baby. So I'm excited for that. We'll be there. Do you think Ohio State's in this? What did General Bob tell you about the boys? Jesus.
Yeah, AJ's calling.
Thought you had Wi-Fi in there.
1980
What is
right
this?
now.
It's me. I'm back. It was this thing. Audio's connected. I couldn't hear you. Audio's going to something
gonna be
else.
so
on here.
mad.
Oh, Bluetooth. You were trying to Bluetooth.
Your thumb's over the camera, AJ.
That might be his
I'm
pointer
sure it is,
finger, right?
man. Everything is. I'm trying not to block the speaker at the bottom.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Hey,
There's no
AJ,
good
we'll
horse
see
on
you.
a lane.
don't get mad at me, pal.
Let's do our picks. Okay, let's do our picks. Obviously, this is not going to go great. We can't wait to see you tomorrow. We're excited for you, AJ.
Yeah.
Yes. Obviously, this is a joke, but yes, I can't wait to do our picks.
AJ, you can go vertical if it's easier.
You think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bam.
There it is.
Much easier?
Yeah, it's easier to hold this way, no question.
Looks
You look
much
good,
better.
too. Look at made your face. Hey, you know what I mean? We got to see that whole thing.
Yeah. Sweet band.
I can't see.
All right,
it.
let's make our picks,
It's
AJ.
cut off
Sweet.
on my game.
What's that, pal? Your faces?
I can't even see myself on here. But yeah, what's the first game?
This guy.
He's so
What's
pissed.
his deal?
Jeez.
Sorry.
Connor, what do you think's going on with this guy? You think it's in the sprinter? Axel's doing too much? What do you think's going on?
Axel's probably having fun. I think AJ's about, just looking at his face here. I think he's about 2 minutes away from snapping his iPhone in half and probably turning that Sprinter van around and heading back to Ohio.
We forgot about he's in the middle of coaching 2 holiday basketball tournaments as
Yeah.
well as riding in. Oh my God!
He was
AJ,
so
you
excited.
Okay?
He was so
High
excited about
stress.
the Capaccio mic too.
Yeah, true.
Goodness.
Everything
Well,
look-
Axel's puked twice already. No joke. 100%. 2 pukes 3 hours in.
You did?
For real. For real. Yeah.
Oh no! You
Puked
get cars.
all over my daughter's new blankets and then puked all over everything else.
Stop and get
man.
him some Dramamine.
Yeah, get some Dramamine.
Listen,
Maybe
Axel,
a
get
banana.
it together, Axel.
Why didn't you
I
take
got back into this
Dramamine?
thing. It's rocking and rolling back here, man. There's nothing you can do. Kids are falling down. Yeah, like it's windy.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry to hear that. You know how terrible his puke
Well,
had
it's
to taste
great.
too. Think
It's
about
a
all
great
he fucking
experience.
eats.
Oh,
What's that, pal?
This is great. Trust me. This is a perfect situation. I love it.
he's so
Oh,
mad.
you know how you puke twice? It sounds and looks so. Ty, isn't the audio and the video just so bad? too,
Oh
from
my
AJ?
God! Yeah, it's this is honestly probably the worst you've ever looked and sounded on.
And Pat, it cut out.
Oh no!
Pat, it cut out for you. Axel puked twice, not AJ.
What can I do?
Oh, shit. I thought it was AJ. I was
No,
hoping.
that would have been better.
Yeah, if only.
Oh, you said Axel's raising hell down there, huh?
Am I here? Am I
You're
even
the
on the
only
show?
one.
What am I doing?
This guy stinks.
He's livid.
I mean,
All right, let's do
we're driving through
let's do
these
the
mountains
picks.
that we exploded through here.
Sounds like the driver's doing great. All right, Panthers, underdogs in Tampa. Tommy and the boys favored by 3. What do you think, AJ Hawk in the back of a Sprinter van in which a kid has puked twice already?
Didn't hear anything you said. Who are the Panthers playing?
Bucks.
Bucks,
Give me the
3-point
Bucks.
favorites.
Bucks got to
minus
figure it
3.
out.
Give me the Panthers plus 3.
Yeah.
Browns at Commanders. Commanders starting Carson Wentz. The Packers are cheering for the Browns. They're getting a 1.5 in the Capitol, AJ.
Carson Wentz is back, right? Give me Carson Wentz and the Commanders.
Wow.
Son of a bitch.
I wanted to do that. I thought you were going to do
You
the
wanted
Aaron
to?
Rodgers thing. Yeah, I wanted to do it. I
Carson's
wanted
your
to do
guy. If he plays well, they'll bring him back to Indianapolis.
Hell yeah. Be an upgrade.
Okay. We need to just start something new. Too many Derek Carr in Indianapolis Colts jerseys memes being sent to me. It is alarming. We need to not be that team anymore. Jim's listening. Give me the Browns plus 1.5.
Here we go.
Hell yeah.
Let's go Saints, Eagles. Eagles favored at home by 6.5. Are they going to win by more than a touchdown against the Saints?
I'll take Eagles here, even though I know what Jalen Hurts is kind of questionable if he's going to play or not, right?
Yeah, practice yesterday. So he was taking reps yesterday, but not confirmed yet.
Give me the Eagles.
Good. Sirianni said he was good yesterday in practice. Not just that he was at practice. He was good yesterday
Yeah.
in practice. Even if it's Gardner, give me the Eagles. Cardinals, Falcons in Atlanta. This stadium's going to be rocking tomorrow night. And then on Sunday, the Arizona Cardinals, who have no GM,
What?
no synergy,
What?
no team meeting room,
What?
and no future with J.J. Watt, who seemingly has retired via a tweet in a photo of his beautiful family. Will this be one for the Gipper? J.J. Watt gets 4 sacks. Does that matter? Do the Falcons win, A.J. Hawk?
I think J.J. Watt might get 4 sacks, but I do think the Falcons win this game. So give me the Falcons.
I'll take the Cardinals plus 3.
Boom.
Let's go Jaguars, Houston Texans. This game means nothing for the Jags. Doug Peterson said, if they're keeping score, my guys are playing. What are we fucking talking about?
Hell
Jags,
yeah.
4-point favorites on the road. What do you think, AJ?
I like the Texans here. I know I picked against them in the past a million times, but I like what they're doing. So I think they can keep it close here. Give me the Texans.
Give me the Jags. I picked the Texans last week. I feel like their run has come to an end of close games. The Jags are going to want a motorboat right to week 18.
Boom.
Bears, Lions. Lions favored by 6 at home. MCDC. What do you think? Kids doing great over there.
Yeah, my iPad just got broken. Give me the Lions here, or whatever their favorite is.
Let's go.
Puked on a brand new blanket. iPad broken. It has been quite a ride for the Hawks. Give me the... Did they lay an egg or they get exposed? Foxy?
Lions win, Bears cover, Pat. It'll be a 3-point game.
Did the Lions lay an egg or get exposed?
Laid an egg, and you know MCDC's been screaming at those boys all week about
Yep.
getting their asses kicked on the run game nonetheless.
Yep.
Yeah, and Eberflus has been saying, these guys got their asses kicked. They're going to want to give you your best shot. We need to show up ready for blah, 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 blah.
Bingo.
Give me the Bears plus 6.
Hell yeah, Bears.
I think the Lions win, though. Dolphins, Patriots. Patriots favored by 2.5 at home.
Yeah.
A lot of questions regarding Tua's brain and the future of it. He said they're going to think about, we're not talking about a career. What are we talking about? Pretty much is how it sounded like coming from Tua's brother,
Yep.
who chatted about it. He's the quarterback from Maryland. Patriots favored by 2.5. A lot of drama up there, AJ.
Yeah, a lot of drama still. I don't have a ton of faith in the Patriots. Give me the Dolphins here.
Go to hell.
Man, it's going to be cold. Who's the quarterback? Teddy B?
Yeah, Ted Bridgewater.
Yeah, Teddy B's going to
And
play.
he's great. I love Teddy.
I love Teddy, too. Like, what Teddy was at one point, if you do recall. MVP candidate. Awesome.
Right.
I might be wrong, and my brain does that sometimes. The last, 5 times I've seen him throw a ball is just bottle rockets?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he potentially lost it, especially up in New England. I have zero faith in the Patriots.
I was just going to say, it's hard to have any faith in the Patriots, but I do believe, I think 3 out of their last 4 games, they have a defensive touchdown. So their defense has been flying around.
What's the over-under on this one?
Oh, I can't.
41.5. Ugh.
Jeez, that's high.
Is Tyreek Hill still on the team? What am I doing? Give me the Dolphins, plus 2.5. Broncos, Chiefs, 12.5 point spread. Obviously, the Broncos are going through quite a whirlwind. Now, do you say that adversity brings people together? I'd say yes, it does. A lot of tweets about how awesome Russell Wilson is for the first time in his entire career, seemingly. Will that bring the team together? Will that make them bond? Will that make them keep it within 12.5, AJ Hawk?
You know what? No, it's not going to be enough. I know there's been a concentrated effort to pump Russ up through social media as of late, but I will take the Chiefs here, whatever the spread is. Give me the Chiefs.
You're saying that the Broncos players are, you got to pump them up, don't you know?
No, I mean,
You got
it's
to
being
pump
built.
him
I don't know
up.
what's
Don't you know, pump him up.
Got
You
to
got to pump us up.
no, pump him up.
You got to pump us up. Don't you know, pump us up. You got to pump us up. Don't you know, pump him up. You got to pump us up. You got to pump us up. Don't you know, pump us up. You got to pump us up. Don't you know, pump us up. You've got to
What a banger.
pump us up.
Anyways, if they're not doing that, they're doing it wrong. And I think they're not. So give me the Chiefs. Colts, Giants, 5.5 point favorites at home in the Meadowlands of New Jersey. And the Colts have obviously been very tough to watch. They're going with Nick Foles at quarterback.
Oh.
Danny Dimes is supposed to get. What was that, Connor?
I said, oh, that sucks for anybody who's rooting for the Colts on Sunday.
There's a lot of things that suck for anybody that's rooting for the Colts right now. T.Y. going for 50-some last night, picking up first downs. You see anybody catch a ball and do that for the Colts all year? No. This guy was fucking at home with his kids
Just chilling.
2 weeks ago.
Ursay probably called him, but didn't he say something along the lines of, like, why would I ever want to come back for a team that's going to have the number 1 pick?
Number 5. We had the fifth highest odds to win the AFC.
Yeah.
Pretty high,
Yeah.
Connor.
That feels like, what, 7 seasons ago at this point with this Colts
Yeah,
team?
it's going to be probably 4 coaches here before too long.
Yep.
Anyways, give me the Colts plus 5.5.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Give me the Giants minus 5.5 and Danny Dimes.
Yeah, did you hear what Wink Martindale said by chance, Pat? Because he said,
What do you say, Harry Styles? Jeff Saturday?
no Harry Styles. I think he might have called him the whale from Brendan Fraser, but he did mention that, hey, look, we know that it's New Year's Eve on Saturday. You take that bender, you roll it right into Sunday, and we need you to get loud for us. Playoff atmosphere.
All right, Wink. Enough. Keep that place quiet. There'll be a lot of hungover people.
People answer
Be
the call.
courteous.
They answer the call for Wink.
Nick Foles needs to be able to dissect the defense in audible.
Oh.
That's what we didn't do the other night on Monday. That's what we're adding to the plays this week. More Nick Foles, not less Nick Foles.
Quiet.
Wink needs to worry about that, not sound. Let's move on. Did you hear him? He knew. He's like, Nick Foles coming to town? We need this place to be loud. Wink was worried. I love Wink.
He's the best.
We're big fans of Wink.
Love Wink.
But I have a lot of respect in Wink, and Wink's worried about Nick Foles, it sounds like. So, even more, I would take less, honestly. I'm surprised it's 5.5. Give me the Colts plus 5.5. Jets, Seahawks. Jets favored on the road. Wow.
Mike White's back.
That's crazy, isn't it? You
Oh, yeah.
you put this line up 4 weeks ago, people would be very confused. with what the Seahawks were going to be.
I think
number one offense in the NFL.
I think Seattle hasn't covered in like 6. I think it is.
Yeah, they've fallen off since what was it, Munich or wherever the hell they
Bro,
played.
number one offense in the NFL, like week 10.
Yep.
Week 11.
Mm-hmm.
AJ's
Who you
gone.
taking?
What's he? He can.
AJ, who you taking, dude? You look like a filter right now.
Believe me, I'm about to puke staring at this screen with this thing wobbling, but I'm going to take the Seahawks here. I love Mike White, but I like the Seahawks at home.
Hey, you're supposed to not get sick whenever you're looking at a phone, right?
Yeah, isn't that how you?
Opposite. Complete opposite of that.
Oh, because that's moving like.
It's like, no, if you're in your car and you look down, can you please put that partition down, fellas? When you look down, that's when everyone gets sick. That's why Axel puked.
Oh.
Fellas, can we please with
Fellas.
partition? Hey, fellas. All right,
Not, guys.
give me Mike White. Give me Mike White and the
Yep.
Jets going out there.
Yep,
I don't know why I think that.
has to be. They're still. I mean, they're both still in it, but I mean, this Jets team has missed Mike White.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple Strafolsky, Taysom Hill packages.
I think I'm going to get kicked out of here soon. The boys are yelling on the field down there. Niners, Raiders, a 9.5-point favorite in Las Vegas. Derek Carr has been sent home. Jarrett Stidham is the man under center
Dog.
for this Raiders offense that has Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Darren Waller,
What?
Hunter Renfrow,
What?
and more. Who do you like? How do you like them?
I like Niners here, no question. Raiders, who knows what's going to happen with them, but maybe, I don't know, could they win one for Derek? Does it help them if they win without him?
Is he allowed to be in the building, or is this like a Kyrie Irving situation where he's allowed to be a
Oh.
ticketed guest?
Yeah, he could
What
probably
if
go
he's
to
down
the
in
game.
the? What if he's in the nightclub down at the end, bottle popping? Derek
That'd be
Carr?
sweet.
That would be sweet.
Oh my God, crying because he's having so much fun. The complete opposite. Thanks for sending me home, man. This
is awesome.
better. This is so much better
This
than
is
on the other
sweet.
side of this. What if we see a full bender out of Derek Carr?
That'd be awesome.
What if that happens?
I'd gain a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, then I
Yeah,
want him in New
man.
England. I want him on the first thing smoking to New England.
A lot of people put him in Indianapolis. Give me the Niners. Vikings, Pack, AJ Hawk. Obviously, Packers have to win. Vikings obviously can move in the standings. They want to win as well in Lambeau. Packers favored by 3 against the NFC North champion Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, crazy to think that Packers are favored when the Vikings are having this like monumental season. But yeah, give me the Packers here. I like them in this one.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's go LA versus LA.
Whoa! You're taking Packers too?
Was that?
Are you taking the Packers too?
Come on.
Did the audio?
Yeah.
Did the audio?
I didn't.
No.
Yeah, we didn't hear your pick. Though. Your pick didn't come through.
Oh, I think the audio.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Oh no, why are you picking
Let's-
the Vikings?
What's that, pal?
What's that, pal? You heard me, even though the audio is chopping out. You're picking the Vikings.
No, I got the Packers. Hell yeah. I got the Packers. I got the Packers.
Okay.
Come on, you can pick the Vikings if you want.
Jair Alexander is talking trash to Justin Jefferson. Bold move.
That's right.
They just win, though, you know? Like they win games.
Yep.
Greg Joseph hit from 61. That guy was born in South Africa. You think that guy had any thought in his life he's going to be hitting a 61-yarder
Yeah.
a week ago to win it in the middle of 80,000 fans all dressed? I mean, that was one of the greatest. I hope he has a photo of him doing this with that entire whiteout that was in the backdrop. What an amazing moment. They down 33-0 at halftime. They come back and win. This Vikings win somehow.
The only
I had 180 yards in the first half, Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
But in a game this year.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What are you saying?
The only thing is Vegas has kind of known. They were dogs against the Cowboys. They lose 40-3. They were dogs against the Lions. They lose to the Lions. And now they're dogs against the Packers, even though we probably wouldn't think that or assume that. So
All right, give me the Packers. Give me the
yeah.
Packers. I'm taking the Packers. Taking the Packers. The Battle of LA in soccer, LAFC takes on LA Galaxy. They call it the
El
El
Trafico.
Clasico. Yep.
bingo. This one, traffic football.
Yep.
Who do you got?
What's the line again? I can't read that.
6.5. Chargers favored at home in the
Oh.
stadium that the other team built.
Already clinched.
Yep, give me Baker Mayfield and the LA Rams on this one for sure.
Give me the Chargers. And Sunday Night Football, an AFC North rivalry that will always be highly contentious.
Wow.
There was times in the city of Pittsburgh where you could go down to the south side, a place that has a Guinness World Record for the most amount of bars per square mile in the world.
What?
It's a good time. Have to keep your head on a swivel, but there was times, numerous times, where it would be a get-out-of-school event for kids and their parents to go down to the south side, get a sledgehammer, and bash a car that was painted like the Baltimore Ravens. An old mascot trick that was being done for the entire city for the entire week leading up to the Baltimore Ravens game. It's always going to be special, no matter who's playing in the game. Ravens favored at home by 2.5 points. Kenny Pickett, rivalry game. AJ's not going to make it. Just hit the mountain. Lost some service. Who do you like, AJ? We'll give you 10 seconds. I think that's 30 seconds, right?
Yeah, I think.
You want me to call him back? Try to get a.
There he is.
There he is.
Oh,
Just need a little extra time. Need to hit the buzzer. Just give me 2 Jeopardy theme songs. I'll be back in 1 minute. Also, I think the Jeopardy theme song is 30 seconds. So if you ever in your life have to say 30 seconds without having a stopwatch, if you do it proper, we did a little slow there. Obviously, we move a little slower. But if you do it a little in the proper time, I think it's 30 seconds. Something I remembered from back in the day. AJ, I don't know how long we have you. 2.5 points. Baltimore Ravens favored at home. Big rivalry game, AFC North.
Oh yeah, I got Pittsburgh Steelers plus 2.5 here.
Doesn't look like Lamar is playing at the moment.
nope.
Fucking Kenny ain't throwing 3 red zone picks. Sorry, Mitch.
I'm from the town with the great football
team.
Go on and get them
Steelers.
This feels like a Pittsburgh game, doesn't it, Tomlin?
Oh, yeah.
Glad.
You know,
Still in it.
this feels like a couple weeks ago when the Steelers weren't sitting in the position that they're currently sitting in with everything's still in front, right?
Yeah, they're gonna need some help. They need the Dolphins lose their last 2 games, but
We got
it could happen.
We got you, Tony.
7-2 after the bye.
Yeah, I mean, somebody said it. I don't know who it was. But somebody said.
So that was you, the big dumb cowboy. Said they can go 7-2 after the bye week. It won't be a problem. Almost fucking hit that thing. They're in the middle of that. They can maybe get into the playoffs still. They were being talked about. Tomlin needs to be fired. This is his first losing season he's ever had as Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. Get him out of here. It's run its course. It doesn't work anymore. No Ben.
What?
Love you, miss you, 7.
Football.
Give me the Steelers plus 2.5 as well. AJ, travel safely, pal. I appreciate the hell out of you, man. Thank you for making your picks. Stay safe. Take some Dramamine. Give Axel some. And good luck with that iPad.
See you guys soon.
Sage.
All right.
Man,
Thanks, AJ.
That was awesome.
He could not hang up fast enough. I don't know if you saw him, but as soon as
Dude.
you said that, boom, boom.
He's going to watch it back. He's going to be so mad.
Oh,
So mad.
livid.
He hates bad audio and sound. For those that are brand new to the program and don't know this, we don't talk about this as much as we should. AJ's biggest pet peeve in life almost is bad audio or sound on a program. And our show happens to have it all the time. So whenever his internet goes down and everything like that and he's frozen, he gets genuinely shoot mad.
Yeah.
Shoot mad.
Start sweating.
So us rubbing it in that was the worst he's ever sound was brilliant. I love that we did that. All right, boys. I believe this is the Ohio State Buckeyes have a walkthrough right now on the field. I'm supposed to be off air, not allowed to have it on camera. These boys are seem to be pretty jovial.
They
A
throw
lot of jocularity going on down here.
Let's go.
They throwing in garbage cans. It's a lot of garbage
Yeah,
cans.
what are those? set up?
Big boy, massive dude with a mullet just threw a tennis ball from the 5-yard line and hit the crossbar square. We're talking about athletes all over the board here.
Wow.
Okay?
Love it if it's a guy with a mullet.
I think it's the Dogs. I don't know.
Yeah, hard to tell. Very similar color schemes.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going all black tomorrow. Seems like the right play. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Damn, this dude with a mullet down here. He's got a little.
He's got a little moxie in him.
Looks like a linebacker, fullback body. This.
I think
that one walking.
Yeah, is he by the E?
No, he's more in. He's that one down there.
Who just threw that football?
No, he just walked in front. He's one way over here.
Oh, okay.
That one right here.
Oh, I see.
Whoever this guy is.
Yep, there he is.
Red shoes. I guess they all have red shoes. Huh?
Yeah, they all got the same outfit on. But that one right there, that guy can sling it. If he gets in the game, let's fucking remember that.
Yep.
Okay.
Live odds.
There's a kid that just tried to punt a ball. He sucked at that. Hey, don't do that again.
Oh!
Oh! Oh! All right, boys, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you. I'll see most of you later tonight. If not, I'll see everybody on Monday. No, I'll be at the Rose Bowl on Monday.
Yep.
Yeah, Rose Bowl Monday.
We'll have to figure that out because I think Rose Bowl goes 10-1.
Yes.
So then I'll probably just go cell phone immediately afterwards, call in.
Mm-hmm.
What's that all about? You know?
What, the 10-1 time?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to me, especially because the game's not at like 2.
Well, it's because the Rose Parade's right before
Correct.
that. They want to lead right into, game day at the fucking granddaddy of them all.
I was told it's going to be real cold when that show starts on Monday.
Oh, really?
They said it's dark and it's cold.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it's going to get real hot.
7 local.
I'm like, great. My skin tone does well with that type of stuff. You know, I will be the color of the Ohio State Buckeye on Monday morning at the Rose Bowl. Let alone all that red around, too, with the rose. Oh,
yeah.
my.
Oh, yeah.
Not good.
Should be a blast. Can't wait for it. Overreaction Monday. See you then. See you next year, huh, boys? I appreciate you all so much. I will be signing off. The boys will be taking you home. I don't know. Do you guys have Rupper on?
I
do
not believe so.
No.
What happened? I thought that happened.
I think
When
you
that
said-
happened? Did that?
Nick?
Let's see what we can pull together.
Give
Pull
him
together. I thought you talked about this the other day. See, this is one of those things where it's just classic miscommunication. Something happens. I just assume, okay, that's taking place. And then, what if Rupper's not on? I was looking forward to the clips from Rupper. He told a story the other night on That's Hockey Talk. What was this one about? He had to fight. He lost his contact.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you hear this, Connor?
No, I don't think I heard this one, actually.
Mike Rupp fought a dude during one of these Winter Classic games.
Hell yeah.
He fought a dude in one of these Winter Classic games that just fucking ragdolled him 2 times in juniors. Okay, so like this guy has had
Revenge.
Rupp's number, literally has had Rupp's number. You guys are this way. There's nothing this way, though. Well, you know, I am looking at just an empty space over here. So this guy ragdolls Rupper 2 times in junior. They just so happen to be back on the ice together at one of these Winter Classics.
Sure.
And old buddy calls for him to fight him. And Rupper's like, fuck. All right, I got to do this, though. Goes in, loses his contact as soon as they grab each other's thing.
Yeah.
He's yelling while getting punched in the face to the ref. Hey, can you try to find my contact? This is happening. I told the story the other day. He said, if you watch the video back, I'm actually talking to the side judge while we're fighting. And the guy he was fighting, I forget who it was. Nick, who was it that was beating the fuck out of him?
John Erskine from the Caps.
Mean cuss.
Erskine let him up because he didn't have he only had one eye, basically.
see,
And
yeah.
they found the contact. The ref found the contact on ice in an outdoor stadium.
Insane.
He skated with it back to the locker room, put it back in, came back on, served his 5 minute for the fight or whatever. What a
Hockey
story.
guy.
That's what Rupp's filled with all this. I thought that's what this was going to be. Feel Good Friday. Rupper just unloading.
Ohio
Yes.
guy. Yeah, we have to give him a call then, because that story is electric.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He has more of those. It's fucking Rupper story time on that Hockey Talk whenever he just, gets a little loopy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Are you getting worried about Tuesday or Monday after losing to the Red Wings, and now the big bad Bruins are, you're coming into deeper waters with the best team in the league?
I got to get off. They just said, get out of here. Sorry about it. Can't talk about it. Everything's going to be okay, though. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to win at Fenway.
I don't know.
So-
I don't think so.
Not even going to have to talk about that.
You guys are
Red
old,
Wings.
man.
Lost to the Red Wings.
You guys have a bunch of geezers out there.
So
Whoa.
We've been talking about it for
It's not
years.
about that.
Oh, shut up,
College
Fox.
You guys have no grit on your team
You guys
either.
won
You
a
allowed
regular
a guy
season game in
to
December.
gritty
You're
all
celebrating
over
like
your
it's a Stanley
city,
Cup.
and
Who
nobody
cares?
fought him.
yeah.
You
Phil
stink. No
Mays
one
told me
cares.
if I was in
guys
that
stink.
building, I would have fought that guy that gritted. Your team has no toughness. You can't win with that.
Gritty,
You can't fight a
just
guy
real quick.
after he scores the game-winning goal.
gritty
Come on.
on
Soft.
Pittsburgh on the ice.
And that's why you're not Hockey
It was
Town.
pretty good gritty. It was pretty good gritty. I learned a lot about the Pens, though, that night,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
You're
Red
old
Wings down.
Yeah.
Shut up.
and you're soft.
Don't say that.
The
Don't say that.
The real tough thing is forever. People
All
will
right, I'm
say, "Did anyone ever gritty in hockey?" And they'll say, "Yeah, the guy who beat the Penguins in overtime. He was the first and only."
Okay,
gritty."
nobody's saying that. Everybody's forgetting it. Just remember he did it. It was cool. All right, good. Let's move on. Pens are going to win the Stanley Cup still. Lordo's coming home. And I will see you all on Monday. Also, check us out tomorrow. Game day, obviously. Check us out tomorrow night. The boys are going to crush it. Can't wait for that. And thank you all so much for allowing us to live this dumbass life. Can't wait to see you guys later. Happy New Year, everybody. See you Monday.
I feel really good. Like my body feels fresh, my mind clear. Like I'm gonna go do it tonight, I think, you know? Like I'm gonna go do it.
77,899 people going bananas. I thought I wouldn't be able to sleep last night. I thought that I'd wake up with high anxiety. That is not the case at all. I am so ready to get out there and do what I was put on this earth to do. I'll be walking out of that thing all.
This is a big night because 11 years ago tonight, I had my match with Jerry Lawler wrestling.
Come on!
Broadcast colleagues, same night, 11 years apart, could become the first undefeated broadcast team in the history of WWE wrestling.
Not could. We will be.
Only two superstars have actually commentated on the same WrestleMania that they had a match on. Pat McAfee joins that club tonight.
Pontius is in and Party Boy's here. Pontius is here. Party Boy is in WrestleMania. Pontius' cheeks are out in WrestleMania. Now he's putting that thing up on Sami Zayn.
I would like to say that that's the first time I've seen Pontius' ass, but that is not the case.
Hey, look it. Weeman's here. Punches and bunches from Weeman. Weeman's so angry. Oh, look at this. Body slam. Weeman, body slam. Sami Zayn. Weeman used to kick himself in the face. Are you kidding me? Now he's body slamming Sami Zayn.
You know, I've walked out that ramp into this setting probably 10 million times in my mind. There was a time where every time I walked out of a door, I was acting as if I was walking into a WWE arena. So tonight, whenever I feel that energy, just hoping that I don't have a heart attack immediately. I'm hoping that I don't get too gassed, and I'm hoping I put on a damn good show because I've been thinking about this for 23 years. Let's walk the grill and do this thing, huh? I'm prepared, I'm ready, I'm excited.
Hey, who do you want to see tonight?
I want to see Pat McAfee tonight.
McAfee showboat. He looked Pat McAfee with a right hand to Theory. And Theory stunned early. And now McAfee up over the top. McAfee with a spinning elbow. Moment. Theory's in trouble. Hurricane. And McAfee driving Theory right into the announce table. Theory bouncing off the announce table. And
Pat McAfee's beating the hell out of Austin Theory. Tim and Sally McAfee watching their kid beat the hell out of a douchebag. You remember this?
Oh, a little payback from Friday night. Get it, Pat. Multitasking. McAfee,
McAfee
lands on his feet.
Austin Theory not sure what to do. Holy moly! I'm a sick for the brand. And so is this superplex.
The finishing maneuver. The A-Town down for Austin Theory.
He hits this, it's over.
McAfee rolls him up, shoulders are down. Does he have him? He does! McAfee wins!
gets it. Oh my God! Nobody stopped it. Oh, from behind! What the hell's going on? And then are you kidding me? Wait, get yourself the score. McAfee beat his little punk. Oh, yeah, that is something.
I dreamt of being Steve Austin. I dreamt of being in a building when that glass breaks and all of a sudden the toughest son of a bitch on earth comes out. The fact that I never got to see him as a kid, then I get to watch his last match live, it was awesome. I got beer in my ears. Like, it feels like I got water in my ears. I got beer in both of my ears. But I just had the incredible opportunity and honor to chug beers with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Have a WrestleMania match that Vince McMahon was a part of. I'm living on cloud 50 right now, dude. This is sweet. What a day, what a dream, what a life. Now I'm gonna have a couple more Steve Weisers. What? Maybe a little whiskey. What? Maybe some carbs, because I've been ketoing for 4 weeks. What?
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show. I am Tone Diggs.
Hi, baby Tone.
Pat is Dahn in Atlanta for the college football playoff. AJ Hawk is driving Dahn to Atlanta through the mountains of, what do you think, Tennessee?
Yeah, probably
Tennessee.
Smoky Mountains.
They're going terribly.
He just texted me, Axel puked one more time.
Jesus.
Sprinter vans play no games.
If you're just joining us for some reason, AJ and Pat did their picks here about 20 minutes ago. AJ is driving with his family down to the college football playoff. His youngest son, Axel, at that time had puked 2 times in the Sprinter van.
Yep. Now he's puked on the
the third
iPad.
time.
So he's puked 3 times in about 4 hours, and that's probably about 10-hour drive.
Sprinter van, yeah, broke his iPad. Yeah, it's going well.
Sounds like a really
under
good.
at whole trip.
7.
7, yeah.
7.
Wow.
7.
Probably. I mean, he's gonna get hungry at some point. Right? Like I said, I am Tone Diggs, joined by Toxic Table, Ty Schmidt, Boston Connor. How we doing, boys?
Pretty good, Tony. How you doing?
Great.
How you feel about Sunday night, huh? You a little nervous?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
Let me tell you about my friend Zeke. He's in the back here.
What's up?
Foxy's in the back here. Dirty's in the back. Raldsy. Brucey Blue Jeans.
Yep.
Bill's slithering around back here somewhere. Sunday night. It's Steelers, Ravens, 2.5's the spread. Got flexed to Sunday night, so
Yeah.
I guess it's a big deal.
You pumped? Gotta love the primetime game.
No, I hate primetime games. When your team, like, primetime games are awesome when you're like one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the league.
Sure.
Primetime games aren't as fun when your team is 7-8 and has now they've been playing really well.
Yeah, figuring
and
it
the
out.
Ravens aren't normally an opponent that they're going to get blown out by or anything like that. But sometimes, like say it was the Chiefs on primetime. Like say they got flexed to play the Chiefs on a primetime game. That I wouldn't be so excited about. But this being a rivalry game, it feels like it kind of belongs on Sunday Night Football here in Week 17, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Huge game, too, because if they lose and the Bengals win, I think the Bengals clinch, right?
Yeah, the Bengals are what are they? Are they one game up on the Ravens right now?
I believe so, or they have the tiebreaker. One of the two.
Because right now the Ravens are the 5 seed and the
Correct.
Bengals are the 3.
Yes. You would much rather want to play the Ravens rather than the Bengals, right?
Right now, yes, absolutely. I mean, when's Lamar going to be back? Does anyone know?
Yeah.
He's not playing this week, probably.
I know last week he hadn't practiced yet. So in my eyes, like when you have an injury like that, you're at least going to want some practice ramp-up time. Like, you're not going to practice one day and then come play on a Sunday, correct?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't feel like he's playing this week, but even if he has 1 week before a playoff game, like how much chemistry can he build with the guys that are even left at receiver? Because Duvernay's out.
Yep.
And he hasn't played a game without Duvernay.
Well, he's already got all that sweet experience with Sammy Watkins.
True. They are boys.
Yep.
Marky Andrews.
Who we mocked them getting Sammy Watkins because, he hasn't really done anything in the last few years.
Sure.
But he did have like a 40-yard catch on Sunday.
He did?
But yeah, that game Sunday night, I mean, that's big for the division for the Ravens. It's big for the Steelers to try to get in the playoffs. They need some help. There's a ton of big games like Tampa and Carolina. Is that one for the South? Is that for the South?
I think winner. I believe the Panthers have the tiebreaker now because they've already beat the Bucs once.
Mm-hmm.
So if they were to win, then they would be in first place and they'd be in the playoffs.
Okay, let me ask you this: which team would you rather watch in the playoffs?
Panthers.
100% agree.
I think.
I don't know, I'd love to see Brady in the playoffs, not because of what you think I'm going to say, because it'd be sweet to watch him go on a run. It'd be pretty sweet to watch the Cowboys beat the Bucs by 50, just because. Obviously,
yeah, because the Cowboys are most likely going to be the 5 seed. They will play the winner of the AFC or NFC South on the road.
Yeah, Bucs already beat the Cowboys this year. They kind of beat
Week
their
1.
ass week 1. Yeah, so it would be nice to see a little redemption for the Cowboys. And plus, I mean, I don't know. The Panthers is a great story, but Sam Darnold in a home playoff game, I just don't know if I can get behind that yet.
Yeah. I mean,
the way they run the football, though, I mean, it's
so frustrating. Like the Bucs are one of the more, if you bet on them, they are one of the more frustrating teams. I haven't bet on in a long time.
By far.
One of the more frustrating teams to watch. Panthers are a good looking team, though, right, Foxy?
They fucking dominated the Lions. I mean, like Ty just said, they just ran the ball all over the place. And then when Darnold had to make a throw, he did. So, yeah, they were fun to watch. I still think I'd rather see Tom Brady just for the storylines, but we'll see.
And then
I'm sick of watching the Bucs score 16 points a game.
I agree with that.
It's just Brady throwing it 55 times and throwing for 172 yards.
Yep.
Like, I'm just so sick of watching it. And yeah, like if they got in and they beat a team or two, or all of a sudden they clicked, like would that be cool? Yeah, but we've said it all year. Like this Bucs team's different. They stink. He has no chemistry with the receivers whatsoever.
Which is wild because they're the same fucking receivers.
Right. They can't run the ball.
No.
Like I'm just so sick and tired of watching them, nickel and dime people down the field, kick a field goal, play decent, and then ultimately, it's like they don't do shit all day, and then it's 16-16 or it's 13-13, and Brady drives down the field with, 52 seconds left, and they make a 46-yard field goal and win. It feels like I've seen that happen 12 times this year.
Yeah,
You have.
It's the worst.
You 100% have.
And I'd rather play them in the playoffs than the Panthers.
I think
if the
so.
Lions were to sneak in, I do not want to see the Panthers. I want to see the Bucs. I actually think they could beat them. So, yeah, we'll see.
Browns football team. Sorry, Commanders.
Same thing.
Yep.
That one matters because Commanders aren't out yet, and Browns need to win for Green Bay. Is that?
Yeah, Commanders are the 7th seed right now. If they lose one more and the Packers win out, the Packers would get in.
Same
or the
situation for the
Lions.
Lions.
Right.
Feels like this is a big time, Carson Wentz playing for not his season, but
his future.
His life, for his future. Browns defense has been pretty hot, correct?
Yeah, I mean their offense has not been. So I think they've scored maybe 40 points total since Deshaun started playing.
Yeah, they have like 3 touchdowns as a team in the last 4 weeks.
Now, like last week, they were playing in fucking 30-mile-an-hour winds, and it was 0
Situation.
degrees and stuff like that. But week 1 was against the Texans. They didn't score anything fucking then. I can't remember who they played the week before that. But no, it hasn't been good. You, the Commanders scare you more with Carson or with Heineke?
Personally, Heineke. I think Carson's upside. Like if he plays really well, obviously they're better when he's out there. But he's just the king of. He's gonna make 4 to 5 just dumbass bonehead decisions a game that Heineke kind of knows his limitations and doesn't try to play outside of himself, and that is exactly what Carson Wentz does every single week. He tries to play.
He did
outside
on Sunday.
Of himself.
I mean, he had made some good throws on Sunday, but he also had. No, it ended up being a very, very positive play. But he did one of those plays where he threw it with his left hand.
Yeah, and if they went out, would this be the first team or the first division ever to have all four teams in the playoffs? Because if the Giants
Are the Giants going to get in?
If they win, they're in.
They're in.
Yeah, and they got the Colts, and the Colts suck.
You would have to think so, right? Especially because
17-7.
That's absurd.
Yeah, that would be insane. I don't think it's going to happen. It just feels like, and I don't want to jinx it, but I don't really believe in that stuff. It does feel like this is setting up for the Packers, Lions, win and you're in Sunday Night Football game next week. But it does feel – because who do they have next week?
Commanders play the Cowboys next week.
Yeah, it just
and
does.
the Cowboys still have a lot to play for.
Yeah, and even with Cooper Rush, even if they were going to take out like Dak and Zeke and they had Cooper Rush and Malik Davis who just played the entire game last night, like I still have more faith in them than the Commanders.
Actually, next week, though, if the Eagles win this week and they get to 14 wins, then I believe they have the 1 seed, or they'll at least have division locked up. So then the Cowboys are so far ahead of the 6th place team who has 8 wins. Cowboys have 12 wins. Then I don't know if the Cowboys would have anything to play for.
Yeah.
Next week, I think they would be locked in at that 5 spot.
Yeah, I still think their backups would give the Commanders a run for their money. Honestly.
For sure.
Yeah, and if you turn around and play in the week after that, like if you had the I don't know, maybe you would rest all those guys, but that just like I don't know. I still don't think that. I think that's stupid for a team that, as of late. I mean, granted, like they beat the Eagles last week, and they're on a little bit of a roll, but like they haven't been playing their best football right now. I'd imagine that you would want to try to get right before the playoffs start.
Eagles are playing the Saints at home. 6.5 is the line there. Eagles are still playing for the 1 seed. It looks like Jalen Hurts is going to play, correct? And for some reason, Jameis hasn't played since he got hurt early in the season.
No.
Also, Eagles have the Saints' first-round pick this year, so they definitely want to beat the brakes off of them to try to improve that draft position.
Yeah, even if Jalen doesn't play, I feel great about Gardner Minshew starting there. Is Jameis the starter for this week?
No, I'm just saying, like,
in general.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah, I think they're just done with him.
Yep.
Old news. Doesn't really make sense because he got hurt, and then they're just like, you know what? We're never going back to you, Jameis. Good run.
But Cito's favorite quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorites. I love Jameis. We need more of him and, doing press conferences. But, yeah, Eagles, I think this is one of those beat downs.
We get to our first who cares game, Cardinals and Falcons, right?
Definition of an who cares game.
Jags and Texans is kind of an who cares game because it's the Texans and the Jaguars have nothing to play for.
Mm-hmm. Jags are going to come out.
You think? You have to, right?
Texans.
They're not a franchise where, like, they have the ability to be like, yeah, we're not going to play this game.
Exactly. They got it. It's kind of similar to the Cowboys with Ty was saying. You kind of have to keep staying hot. You can't just okay, we can turn it off this week and then next week we'll turn it on. It's like, no, you might as well just continue to carry that momentum into the division game.
Also, it was different last night with the Titans because they have so many guys banged up. So it's like, okay, if guys are already hurt, then why would you play them on a short week when you
Jags are hot?
Yeah,
try to stay hot.
The Jags, and when you have to win next week, so it's like, why the hell would you bench guys who are starting to hit their stride a little bit when you're turning around next week and you have to win that game?
I mean, and now if you're up 17 in the fourth quarter,
get 'em out of there, sure.
whatever.
Fuck it.
Speaking of last night. It just came out. Vrabel said that. What was the exact words? He basically said he's glad Dobbs is there, and it was nice to see him kind of take advantage of his opportunity. You'd start him next week, right?
For sure.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. Malik Willis, unfortunately.
Got to learn under the tutelage of Seven, Tony.
Did you see the tweet that Seven put out last night by any chance?
No,
I did not.
It was him and Dobbs sitting next to each other in their lockers, and he just wished him the best of luck. And boy, it felt fucking. Yeah, he learned under Seven.
Yeah.
How couldn't you?
Blessed by Seven. Seeing the high pressure moments.
I think he actually played pretty well last night.
For
too.
sure.
Like if Robert Woods catches that first third down, that was perfect pass. That could have been a different game. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Lions got to win, Foxy.
Must-win game here, Tony. Lions are in the playoffs in December. Let's fucking
Man,
go.
it would be nothing more than the same old Lions to lose to the fucking Bears in this spot.
I'm absolutely terrified of this game because this matchup sucks. The Lions are terrible against running quarterbacks, as I've told you guys on Hammer
I was
Down.
saying,
And
what
also,
are we gonna bet tomorrow or for Sunday?
Justin Fields over rushing, no matter what it is. I bet it's like 50 right now.
Didn't he rush for over 100 last time?
Yeah, it was like 130 or something.
Khalil Herbert's
crazy.
gonna have a hell of a game as well.
Yeah, this one's scary, but it's a playoff, so I can't complain. Like the Lions are playing meaningful games in January now, so a lot of people want to look ahead to Lambeau, which is also terrifying. I know I sound so soft right now, but I'm just so amped up for these games. But yeah, we'll see. Got to beat the Bears first.
Love the Lions.
Zeke,
Yep, talk to me.
do you want the Bears to win?
Honestly, I don't even know anymore. Everyone's saying the Colts are going to get the first pick. How important is the first pick? We don't need a quarterback, right?
Yeah, that is
So,
great.
True.
5 to 10 is good for us.
No, I mean,
feel
you're
like
definitely
we're
going to have a
looking
top 5 pick. You're not going to jump to the 10th pick, I don't think.
You get the first pick, though.
We're in
when
a
you
weird
have a
spot,
bunch,
though.
You have a
'cause-
bunch of holes. If you get that first pick and you can trade back and get some.
Sure.
But still,
Yeah.
I mean, if they have the second or the third
I mean,
pick.
my favorite
you're
thing-
taking Will Anderson at some point.
My favorite thing, Chicago's saying that we're going to trade the Raiders for our first-round draft pick for Devontae Adams. That's like the
Really?
thing going around.
That would be electric.
It will never happen, but we're known to make horrible deals, the Raiders.
Yeah, that
True.
would be sweet. I doubt it. It would make a lot of sense for you to trade back, but it's weird. Because
Right now, they have you taking Will Anderson at number 2.
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
and he's a dog.
I think a lot of those top 5 picks might get traded back because of the Eagles, Lions, even feels like those guys
Quarterback situations?
Yeah, not terrible, and also not. I think the highest quarterback projection is Stroud at 4 or 5.
No, a lot of them are seeing Bryce Young go
Bryce
number
Young
1
and
in
Bryce
Texans.
Young. Oh,
Which-
okay. Yeah, good luck.
Listen, the guy's a wizard, but he's also 5'11", like 170.
Yeah, they also have the 10th overall pick.
Texans?
Yeah, from the Browns. That top 10 is wild.
It's 11 right now.
Yeah, the top 10 makes basically no sense, but you could see a lot of movement because
But
of the good teams.
To answer your question, though, yes, I'd rather just win out. Yeah, I
Hell
don't
yeah.
care.
That a baby Zeke.
Let's go,
Talking
Zeke.
about Zeke.
Let's go, Zeke.
That's where it starts.
Finns go up to Foxborough, 2.5.
Hell yeah.
Teddy B versus McCorkle Jones.
Uh-huh. I mean, I'm a big football gods guy, and you don't get rewarded by the football gods when you're trying to
Do you
take
think
out
Bill?
ACLs.
Do you think Zapp should start this week, or
I don't know if he should start this week. We are still in the hunt. It's it's
happened-
awesome to see Foxy talk about it, and then it's just a much
Yes.
different feeling.
Yeah, for
Tall, yeah.
For myself about it, because it's just
All 3 of you guys.
Yeah, exactly. All 3 of us. It's just a much different
we
situation.
all of us have 7 and 8 records, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, all of us
Yep.
have 7 and 8
And
records.
us 3 out here are treating the 7-8 record much differently than you are treating your 7 and 8
I'm in the
record.
playoffs right now. This is a
Exactly.
playoff game. We lose, the season's over, and then next week, playoff game. So this is awesome. I am so fired up for this.
Yeah, it is sweet, and I hope you get to the point where we're all at, where it's like, man, do we want to be the 7th seed and play, the Chiefs or the Bills? Because that's what I'm staring down right now.
That's what happened.
Niners,
I was in that situation last year when Ben made his announcement. 2 games left. Hey, these are going to be my last 2 games.
Yes.
Whatever. And it was the pickle. You want to see Ben win his last 2 games and then get blown out by the Chiefs?
Uh-huh.
And it turned out that's exactly what happened. 1 year later, I personally don't even remember that Chiefs game at all. So yeah,
Hey, any given Sunday, too. What do you think
Exactly.
David said
Hell
when he
yeah.
saw Goliath,
Hey, I
he didn't say,
compl-
I'm not going to
he was like, "Oh, that motherfucker's big as shit."
I completely agree. And believe me,
What is
Zeke,
that story, Zeke?
I think David fucking had a slingshot and got him right between the eyes.
That's right. He's
Yep.
a master.
that what happened?
He's a master archer, yeah.
With a rock?
I think so. Kill with a rock.
Yeah, whatever
does
that
that check
thing's
out?
called.
The big trees fall hard, you son of a bitch.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's what he
so I
said.
can confirm too. He did a lot of Catholicism study as well. I believe.
That's right.
That's a Catholicism story?
David and
Oh,
Goliath.
that's a
yeah.
Jesus story?
You bet. That's a Jesus story.
How was David related to Jesus?
Well, not everyone in the Bible's related to Jesus.
Just stories of
Thought we were
perseverance.
related to Jesus in some way.
We're talking, I believe, Old Testament stuff.
I believe
right?
that's Adam and
That
Eve.
is Old Testament, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in this sense, I would say the Patriots are David, and the Chiefs and Bills are Goliath, but they don't have one eye.
Okay.
And we don't have any master archers or whatever the hell that thing is called.
Got
back
Mac
then.
Jones.
Slingshot, dude.
Slingshot.
You
yeah.
didn't have
It's
a
not-
slingshot growing up?
It's not a slingshot, but it is something like that. I forget. Do you know the word for it?
It's like a lasso, right?
Killing
Lasso
birds?
rock.
No idea what it is. But no, just to get off Catholicism for a second. Yeah.
Sure.
The it feels as though
Patriots, Dolphins.
I hate to say it, The Dolphins probably would give a better fight to whoever it is because of the fact that they have an unbelievable offense.
Even with Teddy B?
I think even with Teddy B, yeah. We have a great defense.
Great defense.
How many people love to watch great defenses these days now?
Yeah.
Not many. And how good is that great defense against a Bills team that beat the fuck out of us?
Here's what great defense is right now. Those top teams, Bills, Chiefs, Bengals, they still put up 30, 28 against those great defenses.
Yeah.
And when you can't score more than 13, that's going to be a blowout.
Well, and they all have great defenses.
Sure.
Like they all can play defense. It's just the complete teams, Eagles, are the exact same way. You can argue the Cowboys on some days. Like those top teams can play, 30, 35-point defenses or offenses, and hang with them. And then their defense can get the win done. I still feel like the Niners are the clear, most complete team, but, that's a, 8:15 game? No, it's a 4:25 game.
Which one?
Niners Raiders.
8:15.
Well,
no.
Yeah, it's a 4:00 game,
Yeah,
but
definitely
I'm
not
sure
an
we'll get
8:15
to it.
game.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. I would not bet on the Patriots though.
Okay. Nick, are you still going from Atlanta to Baltimore to Fenway?
What?
All right.
Wow, that's pretty
You said
sweet.
you were going from Atlanta and then Sunday Night Football and then you were going to the Winter Classic?
Oh, yeah, it'd be a hell of a run if I could pull that off.
That'd be sick.
You're not doing it anymore?
I don't know how I'm supposed to get there.
I thought Jimmy's Seafood was flying
Yeah,
you to
flying.
Baltimore
I
and
think
you.
Jimmy's likes us, and we have a healthy respect for each other as Baltimore Ravens
Sure.
fans and Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Absolutely.
I don't know if they're doing me any favors like that.
And I thought Rupper was going to pick you up and take you to the Winter Classic.
And a Zamboni.
In his
Rups,
Pads on.
Rups is MIA right now, so I don't know where he's at. He might be already on his en
probably
route
skating
to
at
Fenway.
Fenway.
Yeah.
Foxy,
actually.
remember when the Red Wings got blown out at Michigan Stadium? Fucking in the Winter Classic?
No, I think they won that game if I remember right.
Whatever. Broncos are at the Chiefs. Whole new Broncos team because everybody loves Russ now against the Chiefs. That one,
No,
Chiefs still going for the 1 seed?
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not
And
teetering on an who cares game.
yeah, and Frank Clark was super pissed that when they were up like 24-0 last game against the Broncos, they let him back in it. So
Yes.
I lean Chiefs here.
Definitely Chiefs. This is probably their best chance as well to pass the Bills because the Bills
Who's
are-
the head coach for the Broncos this game?
Jerry Rossberg.
They're going full Pats today.
Old man Jerry?
Yeah, old man Jerry Rossberg.
That's right. And with the Bills playing the Bengals, Chiefs have to win because the Bills have the Pats next week, and they're definitely going to win.
Is Blue Jeans back here?
Blue Jeans.
Blue Jeans is
Talk to us.
Yep.
Talk to us about your Giants hosting the Colts.
Yeah, I think they're going to clinch here. I really do.
pretty wild.
They just need a win.
Yeah. I think Winkle dialed up and Nick Foles is in trouble. I think we might be looking at a Kayvon Thibodeau field day.
Does everyone love Dayball's facial hair as much as we do in New York?
Yeah, I think so.
What's he got? A flavor saver goatee situation?
Goatee.
Sweet goatee.
So
Sweet.
He had the awesome beard. Now he's down to a goatee that just kind of looks like he's
Bruce, how
riding
come
a
you don't have
motorbike
a
to the
goatee
stadium.
to support Dayball? You got his same.
they make the
you
playoffs.
If they clinch,
You bought the same truck as him, so if they make the playoffs, you're going to go goatee?
Yeah, I think we're staring down a playoff goatee here, boys.
Yeah.
Shaved head, too.
But, you know,
Gotta shave the head.
Have to shave the head, Bruce.
Have to.
straight razor.
Foxy, what if the Lions make it? Does MCDC have a goatee? Are you going to
He
go
does.
goatee?
I could do that. That's actually a good idea. If the Lions make the
Playoff
playoffs,
goatees for the boys.
they gotta win. They gotta win. If the Lions win a playoff game,
No,
I will
make
do
the
an
playoffs.
MCDC goatee.
Make the
No,
playoffs.
No, win a playoff game.
No, for a day, no. If you make the
Foxy, you
playoffs,
got a good
have
beard.
to have
It'll
the
grow
goatee
back.
for a week.
If we win a playoff game,
It's not gonna
I
happen.
will do the MCDC.
All right,
Well,
let's
you
goatee.
said this week was a playoff game.
Make a
Yeah,
pact.
so boom. So if you win this week, goatee.
No, let's make a
Yep.
pact right now that any of our
I will do the patented Matt LaFleur pencil thin beard if they.
I will do. What's Coach T got right now?
He's got a goatee too.
Okay, I'll
got
go-
a beard.
Does he?
Yeah, he's got the beard.
Whatever
He's got
Coach
the
T's
full
rocking that week, I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, he does not shave clean.
If
Yikes.
he does, you have to.
beard. Yeah, there's no chance.
Okay.
If the Patriots,
What's Bill rocking right now?
Bill's clean shaven as always. But if
We'll
the
just do goatees.
If the we could do goatees, or if the Patriots win, I will gain 100 pounds in honor of Matt Patricia, and I'll wear a Ticonderoga in my ear for a
Fox
week.
is going to do a goatee. Nick's going to do a goatee.
I'll do goatee.
Yep.
We don't have to worry about dirty or Z.
Yeah, but everyone, yeah. All right, so we got our beard pack,
Goatees.
our facial hair pack.
Okay. Colts stink.
Yep.
Yes.
Giants 5.5.
Jets at Seahawks. Jets still have a
Jets
good
are still
defense.
alive, right?
I think they're still alive.
Both 7-0.
Mike White changes that team a lot, I think.
Love the Jets here.
Seattle's in a
tailspin.
Yeah.
For sure.
Love the Jets here.
I think I like the Jets in that spot. As you said, Connor, 49ers 9.5 against your former favorite quarterback, Jared Studham.
That's right.
Leading the LV Raiders.
Yeah, look, Studham, and anyone can look into this. He was the king of Friday Night Lights in Texas when he was a boy playing.
You go to
high
Drew
school
Brees'
football.
high school?
I don't
No,
know.
rival high school, I believe.
Yeah, rival. Beat
really?
the hell out of him. Yeah, and then, he...
Permian? Did he go to Permian?
No,
He- no,
I don't know
he
if
did
he
not.
was a Go Mojo guy, but he was down there in that area. But not. Let's be real here. 49ers, have the best defense by a couple lengths here against the Raiders, against the entire NFL, really. Purdy is unbelievable. The Raiders, we all had our thoughts about telling Derek Carr to leave. I'm sure some of those players down there did not like how that whole entire thing worked out. It feels like a Niners, hey, we're going to cement ourselves here. They can still get the 2 seed too, right?
Studham didn't go to Midland, did he?
Midland?
Midland League.
No, he wasn't jealous.
Doctor from fucking Midland.
Mm-hmm. I can see the Niners winning this game like 38-3.
Yeah, legitimately.
It's an absolute bloodbath.
His first start was because Cam Newton got COVID.
Yeah, the locker room's got to feel some type of way about what just happened.
Has to. And no matter what they'll do,
Fucking Derek Carr fucking bled and cried for that team.
Yeah,
he did.
They'll do what they can. But
Devontae's best friend.
Yeah,
boom. That's why he's there.
but
Per Devontae.
I mean, but
It's
who
the Niners.
cares?
What if Lloyd? That's not his name.
Lloyd.
Let's say Lloyd Christmas.
Lloyd from
Jim
Entourage?
Carrey's character from
Yes.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
What if he shows up?
No, the owner.
Mark Davis?
What if Mark Davis?
Lloyd Davis?
What if Lloyd Davis fucking gets a round of fucking monster burgers for the boys, animal style burgers for
I
the
can
boys?
see that. I can see that helping a lot. I think Devontae Adams is a Taco Bell guy.
What if he gets the entire team like a backpack like that that's got a PS5 in it, like they just won a bowl game?
That would go a long way.
Yeah, that would definitely help. I still don't see them, winning this football game, but I think that would turn morale around quite a bit.
The guy's awesome.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Speaking of big games,
Here we go.
Vikes 3-point dogs in Lambeau.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, got to win it. Like Foxy said, the Packers, the last however many weeks have been, when you start as piss poor as they did, they've basically had to win out. I feel pretty good about this one. Don't love Jair Alexander talking a bunch of shit to
That was
Justin
interesting.
Jefferson, but whatever. He's supremely confident. He's one of the
That's all-
highest
I mean,
paid
that's fine, yeah.
cornerbacks in the end. Yeah, exactly. It's not like that's going to really affect his play. I mean, they know exactly what Justin Jefferson is, so we'll see. To Connor's point from earlier, I mean, Vegas has kind of been spot on when the Vikings have been dogs. And again, that really makes no sense that they would be a dog, but Packers are playing very, very well right now.
Bakhtiari.
I feel like
Yeah,
that total.
Brian.
I feel like that total might be a little low because both these defenses kind of stink.
Bingo. I would agree.
And the Packers are just rolling. Like Dobbs and Watson. now
Is
that-
Watson playing?
I believe
Oh,
so.
yeah.
We'll have to see. I don't know if he practiced today. He didn't practice yesterday, but
See what you ask, Rap.
It's been a much different situation the last few weeks with them both playing. Like
Actually,
it's
ask Little Latte. instead.
Dobbs early. He was like
He was the
balling,
guy.
and then Watson didn't start off hot. Then he got hurt, and then as Dobbs came on and Watson came back, Dobbs got hurt, and then last week was probably the best their offenses looked with both of them on the field.
yeah, same deal. I mean, they need to score touchdowns in the red zone and not kick field goals because I feel like if they would have done that, they would have beat the piss out of the Dolphins, and it would
Yeah.
have been like, oh, we need to have 3 interceptions on the final 3 possessions. But that's what's going to come down to. I think whichever team wins the turnover battle probably wins the game.
Our final who cares game of the week is LA versus LA because the Chargers have clinched.
Yeah.
So
I love
there's that.
the Rams.
You like Rams in this one?
Love them. 51 points last week. They're rolling. Chargers. Who cares? They haven't locked up the 6 seed, but they're already in the dance. I'm sure they're probably going to be a little lackadaisical.
Especially Bake. He's playing for,
Oh yeah, he's playing for
he's
like
trying
a
to be a
job.
fucking starting quarterback next year.
Sunday night we talked about already, and then we have Monday night, which is an awesome fucking game. Before we get to some news to close this out, what do you think we should do a giveaway?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Why
I'm
not?
thinking we should.
Let's run it back, classic Friday style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, everyone listening?
Listening up.
Yep.
Z, does everyone in the chat listen?
Yeah.
Okay. Hashtag PMSNFL WEEK 17.
The number?
Yes, the number 17.
Okay.
Hashtag PMS NFL WEEK 17. That's hashtag PMS NFL Week 17. And if you're not familiar with our normal Friday giveaways, we do that hashtag. You put your hashtag in the tweet. Thank you, Cash App.
Love you, Cash App.
And then you pick a team from the list of games this weekend. Doesn't have to be against the spread. Just a team that you think is going to win this weekend.
Niners.
Okay? You get that.
Rams.
Sure.
Chiefs.
All those are
just money line.
All those are guesses.
Eagles.
You put that team in a tweet with your hashtag with hashtag PMS NFL Week 17, and you get it right. You will be entered in for a chance to win $500. 10 people, $500. It doesn't mean if you get it right, it doesn't mean you're automatically going to win $500. A lot of people are going to get stuff right. Okay.
Yeah.
You're entered in for a chance. It goes into Bruce's fucking calculations.
Yeah,
He's
like a
very good
raffle.
with calculations. And then those will be given out on Winter Wednesday.
Well said,
Now
Tony.
we go. What team do you like, Tony?
Hashtag PMS NFL Week 17. My hashtag is I can't remember. The team that I would put in there to win this weekend. You know what?
Do it.
Broncos haven't won against the Chiefs since Peyton Manning was under center.
Okay.
So I'll just fuck around and give me an easy one. Chiefs.
Boom.
Nice.
I like that. Longest odds.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck around, and I'm going to go ahead and take the Arizona Cardinals, J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt's done game.
Wow.
Trace McSorley running all over the place. All the D-line fired up. Give me the Cardinals.
How you take it?
Give me the brownies.
Z?
Bird on.
Foxy?
Give me the Giants. Colts stink.
Amen.
Oh, Nick?
Give the Detroit Lions. One of the toughest, most physical, best teams in football. They're going to get hot at the right time. They're going to prove everyone in Detroit what they're all about.
Let's go, dude.
Give me the Panthers.
Ooh, okay, I like that.
Let's go.
Brucey?
Niners rolling.
Niners? Oh, nice.
Bill, he take it. A lot of
480.
limb there, bro.
Yeah, geez, calm down, Brucey.
He'll say he's taking the Colts.
What a fool.
Classic Bill.
Who you taking?
Loyal
Win
to a fault.
this weekend? Pick a team in the NFL.
Any team?
Yeah. Who do you think's going to win?
Give me the fucking fighting Jacksonville Jaguars.
Atta baby, Bill.
Someone had to take him.
Love you,
Someone
Bill.
had to take him.
Let's run through this couple stories we haven't covered before we get out of here and enjoy this. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
everybody.
Happy New Year.
Have a safe weekend.
Yeah. Get wild, not too wild. What are we not?
Ryan Jensen.
Ryan Jensen might be. That's wild.
Yep.
Did he tear everything?
Yeah, tore what?
Pretty much.
MCL, ACL?
This season, right?
Yeah, training camp.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That was an early, like.
Yeah, it was
When they
before-
had the run of. That was when things were going really well for the Bucks, and they continued to get really well for the Bucks. That'd be huge for them if they get him back. He was in the office. He is a ginormous human being.
Yeah, he was huge.
Absolute house.
I don't think people. I know there's a lot of people in this beautiful Thunderdome right now that aren't going to love what Joe Burrow did. He got his linemen a cruise trip with a +1 for their Christmas gift.
Yeah. You
don't
like it.
You don't like cruises. I know Nick doesn't like.
I don't like
cruises.
I love cruises.
I'm not fucking bending over backwards to go on a cruise.
I love cruises. I've been on a few of them. They're
Did you hear what else Joe said?
What did he say?
They said, "Are you going on a cruise as well?" He said, "Nah, I don't do.
Sure he
I don't
doesn't
do
like
boats.
Yeah, he's like, I don't
He's
want to
afraid
get
of
stuck.
boats, or he's afraid of falling off.
Cruises."
Yeah, I don't like boats. When asked why, he says, "What if you get stuck out there?" So I can understand that. I love cruises. I also assumed that there's been some conversations between the O-linemen
Like, hey,
about
let's go on a cruise.
yes, about how much I love cruises. I don't know if this is Carnival or if this is
I bet you they're going Royal Caribbean. Fucking
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because their drink pass has no
Voyager
limit.
of the Seas.
Carnival has 15 a day. So I would assume that
I will
they
tell
did
you,
Royal
I
Caribbean.
had family recently go on a cruise.
Yeah,
And
not
it's
the same experience.
It's a report yourself if you have COVID kind of thing.
That's fine.
So, but it's funny though because like if you do, they just throw you in the fucking underbelly.
Throw you in the brig.
Yeah, they fucking forget about
Like
it.
in the Titanic.
Oh yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get your ass down there. Yeah, so you keep your trap shut.
Yeah.
But no, I think this is sweet. It's just quarterbacks getting gifts for
Did
all
someone pick the
linemen.
Cardinals in
Appreciate
I
the
mean,
big guys.
Joey. I mean, I
Yeah, I
guess he's
did.
not. I guess he's not on his second contract. He should have rented out an entire fucking cruise ship for the entire team.
That's kind of what I was wondering.
Right?
It's really important what cruise he chooses. I've never been on a cruise, but I assume that's very important.
There is. I mean, there's different cruise lines: Carnival, Disney,
Royal Caribbean's the
Royal
best one.
Caribbean,
I would say
Norwegian.
maybe, but Tom Cruise rented out 2 cruise ships when Mission Impossible stopped filming, and that cost him like $100 million.
I will tell you though,
yeah, it was
he definitely got
insanely
those on
expensive.
discount though, on penny of the dollar.
Yeah,
$100 million?
Probably, but for these guys saying like,
You're right.
rent
Okay.
out the whole boat. Like,
all right. You're right. You're right. Listen,
a lot of people go on cruises.
All right. Okay. I've been watching a lot of Below Deck. Okay. He could
Yeah.
have at least rented
Bingo.
out a fucking yacht for a week.
And that's what he should have
Yeah.
done.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
He should have got them a below deck week.
Yeah, that would have been fucking.
That would have been sweet. But
I just
Ooh,
watched
with Captain Lee.
No, fucking Captain Sandy. I just watched the reunion last night. It was pretty sweet.
Come on.
breaking news here,
Yeah,
Tony.
breaking news.
Cole McCoy, more concussion symptoms.
no.
David Blau will start at
What
QB
happened to
for the
fucking-
Cardinals. McSorley?
Did he get hurt?
I don't know.
He played like poop.
Foxy, this is your guy. He
Yeah. Played on Thanksgiving for the Lions, and Pat called him Drew Blau, and then that kind of stuck for all of us. So
Yeah.
I like this guy. He actually has a lot of moxie. I think he went to Purdue.
he did go to Purdue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Boiler Dahn.
this really elevates the Who Cares Bowl.
Yeah.
The poopy
Truly.
Who Cares Bowl.
Truly.
Who and they're playing Ritter, who's looked really, really good.
Blau is 0-5 in his career as a starter.
Nice.
Falcons win and
But he won that one quarter in the fucking Thanksgiving.
He should have won the game. I think it came down to a last-second field goal against the Bears.
He also fumbled away the preseason game this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, against Colts. I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Falcons win and the Bucks lose. Panthers, Falcons, week 17 or week 18 for the
So
division.
maybe it's not as big of a who cares bowl? Or?
No, not as much. Not anymore. Just thought of
Good
that
to know.
as we were talking about it.
Good to fucking know. What else? J.J. Watt's retiring.
What?
Full-time officials getting traction. We'll talk about that next week. Blaine Gabbert saved a bunch of people on jet ski.
Yeah,
It's
legends.
crazy.
That seems like another one that we're going to have to get
Okay.
Blaine on to talk. And
Isn't AQ good friends with Blaine?
AQ,
He is.
great friends, yeah. So I'm sure we'll hear more in-person encounters with that.
Frank Gore knocked the guy out. That was awesome.
College football playoff this
You
week.
guys are going to college football playoff. Have fun down there.
Yep.
Who do you like this weekend, Tony?
I think, man,
I'm sure you'll get into it on Hammered Down.
yeah. I think, like, statistically, when you look at the matchups, the favorites do have the advantage because that's why they're the favorites, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I said it at some point. I think TCU as a dog and I think Ohio State as a dog have the more talented quarterbacks. And when you have the more talented quarterback, I think that always gives you a chance. Now, Stetson Bennett runs that fucking offense like a fucking wizard.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I'm going to be taking the 6.5 and the 7.5 with the dogs.
Which game do you think is more likely to be closer? I would
I feel like
say
TCU and Michigan. Now, Michigan did blow some teams out, but they had played a lot of close games. TCU played a lot of close games. I think I think they're both going to be close. I really do.
I was going to
hope
say,
so.
it feels like both of them have
For the
chance
first
to
time in a long time in the college football playoffs, it feels like both games
You got 'em
are
right.
going to be close.
Yes. No, I'm pumped.
Like
It's gonna be
normally, it's
incredible.
like, who is
There's one
who's-
team that is head
who's
and
Bama or
shoulders.
Clemson going to blow out
Yes.
in the semifinal?
Bingo.
No, I think this. Who you guys think's going to fucking win?
I'm going to go Georgia, Michigan.
I'd love to see TCU make the fucking.
Same.
That'd be awesome.
I'd love to see Michigan lose by 50 points or more.
I don't want to see a Michigan Ohio State rematch.
I don't think I do
don't.
either.
I was going to say I would.
I mean, it would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like that
and
would
as
be
a Big
fucking-
Ten guy, you know,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
put
yeah.
that feather in
Right.
your cap. But I love Max Duggan, and I want him.
He's a-
Fucking,
Yeah, I want Doug
The way
in
he
there.
played in that fourth quarter of the fucking Big 12 championship.
yeah, what he did with those boys.
Is he related to Hacksaw?
He is.
Ridge?
Grandson, I believe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I will say if TCU wins, it does feel like that natty will be a blowout.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I
Kinda
kind of want
does.
Michigan, and I think either Georgia or Ohio State against Michigan, that'll be a great game.
Ratings wise, too, they are definitely hoping Michigan.
Yeah.
wins it.
Yes, they
No doubt
are.
about it.
All right. Can't thank you guys enough for listening and watching today, especially when us doofuses stayed on.
Yeah.
I assume a lot of people didn't stay and watch for good reason.
Yeah, respect.
Safe assumption.
Check out Game Day tomorrow morning with Pat and all the boys will be on it. Also, the Mega Cast for the Fiesta and the Peach Bowl tomorrow. And then we will be back here next week to fucking break it all down. Huh?
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Everyone have a safe and happy New Year's. Don't drink and drive. Call an Uber.
Bingo.
Have fun, but not too much fun. Goodbye.